Hello, everybody.
Hi! I was not prepared for some reason.
That look on Fate's face is like was not ready for that.
I just see it like changing on screen. I was like, oh,
Oh no!
You look like deer in the headlights there, man.
No warning whatsoever there, Stormy.
You're right. I did that on purpose.
Yeah, like none of us were ready. I mean, Druid didn't even have Chonka Pillar, Chonka Moth
I know.
ready.
I know. I did that on purpose. I'm not gonna lie.
nobody move. I dropped a metal D4.
Oh jeez.
Uh-oh. The metal D4.
I'm
You better
the one
pick
that's
up that
barefoot
caltrip
right
as
now.
soon as
Wait,
you
See,
can.
that's literally a
See
caltrip.
it?
Yeah, literally the worst. Hello,
And it would have
hello.
done 3 damage.
Yeah, it would have done more than 3 damage to my poor little foot.
Would have done more emotional damage.
Worse
Yeah.
than a Lego. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you really want to mess
Ouchies.
up people's feet, you just gotta have a bin full of Legos and D4s.
You.
Mmm.
Can you imagine actual caltrips though? Like, think of a jack, right? But you take
have
the
some.
little round things
We
off.
have some.
What, actual caltrips?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Sometimes you're gonna have to show us this. I want to see some actual caltrips.
I gotta find them, but yes.
Okay.
I think I know where they are. I think they're in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things you can buy in San Francisco. Yeah, I bought like 100 of them.
100 of them?
Split them. Yeah, they're not that. They're not that
forgot how
expensive.
many.
I mean, they're not like super industrial. They're 100% just like, yeah. I mean, they're gonna mess your day up, but they're not gonna be like, you know, destroying you in the same way like you could see people make them. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. So nobody try to come into my house because I'll cast Spike Growth.
Hi everybody. Welcome back.
Hello.
Again. It was we had a weekend off last week, but it was a very good weekend off, very necessary, very amazing and successful weekend off for our man extirpatefate over there. He had an art showing and it was incredible. So
Yeah.
congrats
I
to
had
my
to
man.
rearrange this little corner here because some pieces disappeared.
Yeah, he actually got some pieces sold, which is the mark of a true artist.
Yeah.
That he can actually. I mean, I already knew that to begin with. That's literally why that art piece upstairs on my upstairs stream is in my background. So.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I mean, but honestly,
And
you know,
Aries
I
is right.
bought that for me. I want you to know that. I'm being.
No, yeah,
it was
absolutely.
a purely
I'm glad you
selfish,
like it, though.
selfish motive.
Like-
I was happy that the icing was that it supports my friend and his skill and his his talent. But I loved it so much, so I was like, I gotta have that. So.
Yeah. And Aries, you're right. Since there are holes in the wall, they need to change. They need to be replaced. They need to be filled. Means there's more painting to be had.
Yerp.
Just we need more time in the day, don't we?
Wouldn't
Yep.
that be lovely?
And I also weather up here to just not because we have like an amazing weather week and I'm like, perfect Saturday morning. I'm gonna be doing this, and this, and it's like, hey, look, rain.
And
I'm
cold.
Cold is fine.
Yeah.
But like the rain, because I use spray paint, so I got to do that outside. So you know, but we'll get
We
there.
all need
We'll get
Hermione's
there.
time turner.
Or you know what? It's funny how society and culture has taught us that we need more time, but in reality, what we really need is just a shorter time frame of our work week. You know, to make our work week to be, instead of 8 hours a day, like 6 hours a day or 4 hours a day. And then we'd actually have more time in our regular life to do stuff. So.
Yeah.
Anywho, who are we? You guys know us.
Who
but
are
for any
we?
folks who are new to our channel on Twitch and to the YouTubes, hi guys, I'm StormyD of Storm Saga Games. Welcome to our 75th episode of the Isles in the Mist homebrew 5e Dungeons and Dragons campaign. and I am your host and dungeon master. I handle all the encounters and the backdrop of the story and the NPCs. And the main NPC that I play for the party is Rylar the Suffrigant. And right next to me, my own lovely significant other with the fuzzy little blue kitty ears. Please introduce yourself, milady.
Hello, everybody. I am itsStarkitty. I play Miss Emillynn Ray, Bard, party leader, half-elf Bard, College of the Battle Singer Bard. And this is Philip. Philip loves to hang out over Miss Emmelynn's left shoulder.
Is that your phone?
Yes, it is my phone. It's sitting perfectly on my shoulder. I got it to sit perfectly.
Wow.
Precariously.
It's terrifying.
That's why I'm not moving very much. But it's phone's in a case. Phone's in a case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was actually on the chair for a second. I was like, no.
I know, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's on her shoulder? Yep. She's got this. Nobody
It's on my
panic.
shoulder. I am balancing it very well.
Well, you can take it down now, because now we're going to move over to the lovely goddess in green over there.
Earthquake test.
Please enter in.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Phone is safe, everybody. Phone is safe.
That was for Aries. I'm Druid IRL, and I play Fern, who's a wood elf, Circle of Spores Druid, and this is Chonkapillar. Oh, hail Chonkapillar. Oh no, we have to make a little pop sound. Struggle. I forgot his name for a second.
No,
I got too excited.
We missed a brilliant opportunity.
For what?
What's Chonkapillar have to do to go into moth form? With who?
You? Oh, Jesus! What a man!
I know, so do it.
And this is Chonkapillar.
Still doesn't understand.
I don't get it.
Where does Chonkapillar go to change forms? To the other person.
Oh, that is. Okay.
2
yeah,
weeks
you're
off,
right.
and your brain goes.
Yeah,
Okay, shiny
yeah.
shoes. Sorry.
Totally blew that, but I love it.
Yep.
So,
It's okay.
It's
okay. I'll be disappointed over here. Sad. And fate will be sad and mopey for about 2 seconds. Okay, hang on. Okay, hello everybody. I am extirpatefate. I'm playing Lorkris the Goliath, who is an Oathbreaker Paladin of Melora and a Path of the Grave Cleric of Weejoss. And this is Gwar, the amazing Awu. Who, but when you look at this feels like it should be Gwar Pup, but this is like massive Gwar. He's big. This is huge.
you got Chonkapillar and Chonkagwar.
Chonkagwar. But yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you guys for joining me once again for another episode, and thank all our lovely people out there in the Twitchiverse, YouTubeverse, for joining us tonight or today or whenever you're watching. So, recap of last week. Well, actually 2 weeks ago, but a recap of last time on.
Last time on Isles in the Mist.
The party members had finally made their way into the underground, sewage facility of the keep of the Citadel of the Triumvirate, the castle itself. They're deep underneath it, and made through a bunch of nasty traps along the way, and then they're in this giant cistern area where all of the plumbing of the castle filters through and down into some sort of underground cavern, mostly, but then there's a secondary filter point, which is where they came in at, mainly just sort of an overflow. And they were able to beat back a primordial Odiug, which basically was way tougher than they realized. But they did good in, although Rylar almost bit the big one. He almost either got ate by the Odiug or drowned or both. Luckily, our clever Fern was able to pop him out of the water along with the Odiug.
Of course.
And then they all got smart and paid attention to the signs, literal signs on the wall that helped them to see what they needed to do. Shock in the water to get Otis, the primordial Odiug, to run back to his little hovel, his little hole. And so that's what they did. And then moving on from that, after handling that, rescuing party members, they found down a different tunnel 3 ancient undead drowned maidens. Apparently these ladies had been the victim of some sort of serial killer long ago, during the time when this castle, this city, was actually not an undead, not overrun with undead, not completely cursed with undead. So,
back when it was a thriving
metropolis,
yeah, full of live people.
Yeah, live Goliaths. Yeah.
I'm sure if there were podcasts right now in this time period, their story would be told in the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So, anywho, they thought at first they were gonna have to fight these 3 drowned maidens, but our cleric of death over here, Mr. Lorkris, he communicated with the ladies and was able to talk them down from their vengeful wrath, and it struck a bargain. And the bargain was, please go find the remains of Frederic, the man who murdered them so many thousands of years ago. And so, that's where they left off. They made this bargain, and they have a feeling that Frederic's remains are somewhere near the other, where their characters are standing about to go into the next tunnel. And just to clarify, this right here is the end point of this tunnel, or whichever tunnel we need it to be. For now, it's going to be this one. And this spot right here represents the weird dark reddish black blood clot. It's like some sort of blood pudding or blood ooze. like a giant clot that is that apparently is taking up permanent residence back there. Definitely radiates pure undead necroses in vileness.
Does anybody on the team have magic missile to cast out the darkness, like Ares is saying?
Has he even seen that?
If anybody would, I would imagine it.
I was gonna say.
All right, so that's the recap of where we were at last week. But let's do the hard part for the players, since it's been 2 weeks.
Ares has seen it.
He has. Oh, now we got to get these two to see it.
Summoner geeks.
Yeah, Summoner Geeks is so funny.
Does anybody want some Cheetos?
Oh God.
I can't find the Cheetos.
We'll tonight, promise me we'll remember to watch Summoner Geeks together right at the end of the episode. It's not very long. Okay. It's like what, 5-10 minutes max. And
is it in my reactions channel? Didn't we watch it?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I remember it got brought up before.
Yeah. We talked about it. We just kept forgetting to get around to watching it.
Oh man, if I was there.
I don't ruin everything.
Got +5 against
Stop!
others.
Stop! Spoiler lady over here.
They don't know the context.
It's all right. All right.
Exactly.
So,
Wait,
all
there's
right.
context?
Okay, you guys want context? Let's do this. You guys need to tell me. We're starting off with fate, or should I say Lorkris?
Lorkris.
What stood out most to your character last time on?
Isles in the Mist.
Here, and I'll switch to dual cam so you can get in there and really,
I forgot to practice.
really share.
Well, very kind of these women to not try to kill us as long as we go find Frederick. Frederick. It's not the same. It's not the same. Cool, great. Underground. Again, still. Love it. Great. Why is there a blood clot that's moving? Cool. Guar, don't eat that. Spit it out now. No. That is not. Nope. Dude. Whatever, as long as you don't roll in it. Fern, don't let him roll in it.
What?
Correction. Emillynn, please don't let Guar roll in that. Or Fern. Both just as simple. I have lost my plot. No. Why is there a plot moving? Guar, spit it out.
Are we shocked about anything we see anymore?
No. It's just my way of rationalizing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right. So next we have Lady Fern.
A lot is going on right now. And now we have to fight this whole crazy looking, congealed looking, massive, whatever gross shit this is. And, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Because we have to kill this thing in order to go save our friends, and that is okay. You know? It's fine. It's okay. We can kill it, it'll be okay. We're totally fine, we're so powerful, we're so cool and stuff. Han Chocopillar. Chocopillar? Right here.
There we go.
He's right here.
Yeah, the emotions you're getting from Chonkapillar are not exactly confidence.
Meep, move, meep, meep,
Meep,
move.
move.
Just no.
Anything else, Fern?
We're cool. We're so cool. I'm still pretty surprised that I was able to save Rylar that way. It worked out pretty good. But what would have been better was if I thought about preparing, you know, breathe underwater. Because I can do that. I could cast that spell. But no, we never thought that we would have to worry about drowning. None of us talked about it. But it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Miss Ray.
Okay. All right. Well, Lorkris' ancestors got a lot of explaining to do, especially about what they did to Otis. Oh my god, that Otis is huge. Look, can you believe how big Otis is? And he almost ate Rylar, because Rylar, I guess you need to be more specific with Rylar, not run all over the place. But I'm happy that Fern was able to save him from the water. If not, I was going to be jumping in there and swimming at him, even with my armor on.
That's right. PSA, folks, don't run around next to the pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if
You
you're
know,
wearing
you
armor.
walk.
walk.
I would have been the most fine because I don't wear armor. But I am the weakest of every. Actually, I'm stronger than Miss Ray. Never mind.
You are stronger than me, yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. Go
That's
ahead.
all right. But yes, yes, Philip, I would have jumped in the water, armor and everything, to save Rylar. I would have. Yes, I don't know how to swim, but I would have figured it out. Now, those ladies, this area, oh my god. I don't know why they thought Lorkris was this Frederick.
He's not Frederick.
And of course, they have to send us on a fetch quest.
Not a fetch quest.
You know, Philip, how I'm not a big fan of like, hey, here's a list, go get all this stuff for me. Because I had to do that a lot for the troop. All right. Let's go find this Frederick. What is everybody talking about this blood clot at the end of the tunnel?
You were the one that was most scared of it.
Well, it was an entity that I was like...
Well, you didn't know it was an entity. You just saw some dark spot.
Yeah.
And you were all like, nope, we're not going near that.
Yeah, I know. It was like, why do we have to go towards that thing that I was like, nope, I'm noping myself out of here. Not even going to touch that thing.
I see what you mean.
And these ladies are like, you need to find Frederick.
Mm-hmm.
And Emillynn is like, can't you just let us through the door, please? He's over there. Go deal with him yourself.
Gotcha. So, on that note, there was one other thing that we forgot to do in the recap last time before I give Rylar's thing, and that was that Lorkris had spotted in the back corner of this tunnel a crack.
Oh yeah, you mentioned the crack
in the wall, which the lady was staring at as if it was some way for her to escape this hell, even though it wasn't. So that's the other reason why they decided to go ahead and try and deal with these ladies, because potentially it could be a way to proceed further, because the actual exit out is sealed up in the same way that the upper area is. So,
Yep. Knocking would not get us in.
yeah. So, all right. Rylar's perspective of last time was he was super sad. He didn't like that he slipped and fell and was going to drown, but he was super sad that we had to scare away Otis because he wanted to make friends with Otis. He got so, Otis got a little frisky with him, but he felt like that he'd be a fun creature to play with and make friends with, and so he's disappointed that didn't work out, and now he's wondering why we're all standing here staring at a giant pile of bloody diarrhea. That's what's in his head.
So Otis wasn't trying to eat us. He was just trying to make friends with us. Is that what you're saying, Rylar?
That's what Rylar thinks. Yeah. Again, it's not a conversation. We're just recapping what you guys felt and thought. But yes. So with that, guess what, guys?
Chicken butt.
No.
Oh, wait.
Roll for initiative.
I was so close. It has the same number of letters. I don't think it has the same number of letters. I'm just, seeing if anyone believes me. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ooh.
Oh, we are now chat dark, guys. Goodbye.
I love you guys.
Goodbye. All right, yeah,
Bye,
thank
chat. We'll see you at break
It's been some
time.
time.
See you at intermission. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the show.
Don't forget to comment down below and let us know how you think the battle's gonna go.
Look at that. We made a long ass
Predictions.
rhyme. I like it.
Thank you for the lurk.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Don't. I'm not pleased.
Neither am I. I mean, it's the average number. I just said.
I know, but I have a +4.
Yeah, you suck. No, just kidding.
All right, let's have Fern's initiative, please.
12.
12. Lorkris.
15.
Ray.
26.
Show off.
The alertness feat.
I know. Alert is.
I want that next time.
Okay,
I mean,
fine.
I have a +8 to my initiative.
I have a +4.
If I didn't have
+2.
alert, I'd only have a +3.
Okay. Well. So you have stepped to the edge of this thing. I mean, I guess we jumped the gun a little bit. Basically, we know you guys were going to be going down here, so I'll just we'll just say that you.
I'll lead it in front just because
Fern
Yeah.
would be on the other side. Yeah,
Yeah,
with Ray.
that's fair.
Would you want Rylar to come in behind Guar?
No. Remind me again, the height difference between where we're standing and the water level of here is it negligent or is it deep like the center? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, no. This is basically it's like a stream, so it's maybe just under foot, 6 to 8 inches deep. And it's flowing, but it's not gonna like sweep anybody away.
Yeah, but from where I'm standing, the distance from ledge to the water is.
Are you talking about this area or
Yeah.
this area?
No, the water in the tunnel.
The water in the tunnel is
Is-
right next to you. You're basically on a walkway next to it, right? Or not,
Okay, so
like
it's
yeah.
we're on that same plane of the water. In the center, it's deeper.
Yeah. So you're not in water at the moment.
Correct.
You're
Okay,
just,
okay.
you're on the sidewalk path, right? But you're right. The stream below is basically a foot. The steps. Imagine if there wasn't water in it, it would be a step that's not quite a foot down, and so the water goes all the way up to where it's almost even with
Okay. I'm gonna have Guar behind Rylar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Watch the flank.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So as soon as you guys do move into the tunnel, this thing, whatever it is, takes notice and agitates for a fight. But Miss Ray gets to go first.
How far in front of it? What's the distance between me and it?
Let's see here. So here, we'll simplify it. It'll be like this. Can you guys still see
Yeah.
on the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So it's not that far in front?
Yeah, it's what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. About 25 feet away from you.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and purple beamer it.
Okay.
Purple beamer.
Purple beamer! 3 times.
Pew pew pew.
And I missed with the first one. I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Starting off strong.
Did you want to use your 1 inspiration die to re-roll that?
Yes.
Okay.
No, 12, 14. 2. I went from a 1 to a 2.
Yeah, so
14 hits?
No, it does not.
Okay. Second one. 27.
27 hits.
Okay, third one. 15. I rolled a 3.
Oh wow, you're about 1,000. Is it, what are you playing Scholastic again? What's
I
going on
know. I know.
All right.
It's because Miss Ray is scared. No, she's not scared. She's just kind of
That's
like
fair.
Nervous.
I don't want to deal with this thing.
Yeah.
All right, it's your roll your damage there.
2. A whole 2 points of damage. I am playing Celeste.
Oh no, oh no.
Hey, you know what? Get it out of the way now. We're good. It's fine.
As a
Everything is
bonus
fine.
action, Emilynn's gonna say, Lorkris, Rylar, Philip loves you and do better than me. I believe in you.
You guys hear just barely under his breath, you hear Philip say, you hear him say, Miss Ray, you thug.
Philip, I know. I don't want to do this right now.
All right. Okay, so it is now the creature's turn.
Oh, I aggravated it with my 2 points of damage.
Blood clot.
I almost wrote something way worse, then I was like, you know what? Nah. We are on round
You
one.
see the thing, before it had just been kind of, like a weird kind of chunky puddle lying there covering up that whole area. Suddenly it goes, rears up after it's taken damage and been, and so now it's just kind of taken on this form, and it looks like it's kind of quivering and wavering rapidly, and it's as if it's both excited and nervous, and so rather than move forward, it basically
Throws a projectile?
yeah, it shoots, it basically kind of squirts at you. Let's see.
That face, Druid, that face.
I don't ever want to see ketchup.
And I roll randomly, but it's actually shooting at the one that shot at it. Will 26 hit you?
Gross out.
Yes, a 26 will hit me.
Okay. You take 11 points of necrotic damage, and yep, that's it. It still is in that weird reared up state where it's like wavering and quivering. All right, now it's Rylar's turn. Rylar sees Miss Ray shoot it with purple beamer, so he says, "Purple beamer." First attack will be a hit with a. Where you at,
Oh,
buddy?
I'm last in initiative.
Where you at, buddy? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Second attack will be a miss. Third attack is a nat 20.
Rylar did way better than me. Yes.
Wow, that's a crap ton of damage from Rylar. 25 and 12 is 37 points of damage.
Jeez. Way better than my 2 points.
Well, remember that he also has agonizing blast now.
Agonizing blast,
so.
yeah.
But it's okay. I got first blood.
First blood. See what you did there?
Yeah.
All right. Next.
And you got first blood on you. No, sorry.
That's true. She did that. She did both. Yeah. All right. Lorkris, you're up.
Okay. With my hand of fate, in perceiving undead, does this thing register as undead?
Yeah, I had already described that to you earlier. That you
I don't remember.
Yeah. Once you got close to it within the 60-foot range of it. Remember, because you had to focus your attention down to not be overwhelmed. You noticed once you got close enough to this side of the cistern and realized that yes, it is absolutely undead.
Okay.
It's not just undead, but there's something even more abhorrent and unnatural and awful about it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of tilt my head and kind of talk towards Guar. Like, Guar, watch our back. Let me know if Odia comes. And then I am going to cast, where is it? Where are you? I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite as a bonus action, which gives me 1d6 psychic damage on my next hit with my melee weapon.
Okay.
And then I am going to go for broke. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to swing.
All right. Are you going to go within 5-foot melee or 10-foot melee?
10 foot.
Okay.
With my reach.
Yeah, with your reach. See, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So you are within 10 feet. Go ahead and make your rolls.
Yeah. And it's going to be, right, it's plus
13, 14.
14. Yeah, plus 14. Okay.
Jesus.
19.
19 to hit?
Plus 4.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
5.
Does a 19 hit?
No, it does not.
No. Okay. Second one.
Counts.
27.
27 hits.
Okay.
So I will tell you this, from your first miss, this thing dodges at a ridiculous speed. It seems to be faster than you could possibly imagine that something like this would be.
Gotcha.
But you did just barely hit with that second attack.
As long as it doesn't jump buildings in a single bound, we're good.
That's fair. Okay. So I'm gonna roll my damage. Because Wrathful Smite, because I hit, needs to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the end of the spell. The concentration's up to a minute. And I add 1d6 psychic. Wisdom 16 is the...
So, first off, I need you to tell me the damage is separate. I need to know your physical damage separate from, and then of course you have the acid damage. I need that separate, and then the Wrathful Smite psychic damage
separate.
And I will tell you that, you note that the effect, the Wrathful Smite that is supposed to scare it, didn't seem to affect it at all. It didn't. I don't even have to roll for it because it is seems to be a condition that it is immune to.
Okay, that's fine. So for regular weapon damage, total of 20.
Total of 20. Okay.
Yep.
That seems to be less effective than you would have thought. The physical damage. As if it was resistant to physical damage.
You know, I will say as a player, I'm not shocked.
I figured you wouldn't be shocked by that.
Yeah, and in a way, I would imagine Lorkris. He'd be like, of course. Like, yeah. 2 damage for acid.
Okay. It doesn't appear to be affected by the acid at all. Just so you're aware, it doesn't. It's hard to tell, but it doesn't seem like it. And then finally, the psychic damage was how much?
Is 5.
It seems to have been, as far as you could tell, fully affected by that. And
Cool.
Is that it?
That's all I got.
Bonus, yeah. So Fern, you're up.
Okie dokie. I'm going to cast.
Call lightning.
Good luck.
I can't. I'm sad. I'm going to cast. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire
Okay.
on him.
Okay. It's a type of saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw? That was
Oh.
my original idea. Then you said he seems really fast. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to try it anyway.
Yeah. What's the DC?
19.
It succeeds on its saving throw.
Stupid!
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to bonus action cast Shillelagh.
Yes, ma'am. Bonus action shillelagh. Miss Ray is up.
Ooh. All right. Philip, grant me strength. Let's Eldritch Blast it again.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it.
First one.
I cast guidance. Kidding.
That is 23.
Does not hit.
23 doesn't hit. Whoa. Second one. Yeah, if a 23 doesn't hit, 17's not going to hit.
Okay.
Third one. 22 does not hit either.
So she goes, pshoo, 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 the 3 purple beamers that just, you see it go and dodge it like it's nothing.
What movie am I thinking of that has I'm gonna have to look. Hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look something up.
All
This
right,
is gonna
while you're
drive me
doing that,
nuts.
that's okay, because it's going to be the clot's turn. Since it's actually already in melee range with Lorkris, both because Lorkris has reach and it has reach, it actually is going to move so that it's in this area.
Stays.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's partially up on the area and around your feet. And I need it can't quite get far enough to also get onto Rylar's feet, but it's just basically kind of spilling out over the top of the footing.
Oh.
What movie?
Flubber.
Flubber. I haven't seen that, but yeah.
It's a
It's a Robin Williams movie.
Oh, I like Robin Williams. I'll have to see it. And I need Lorkris and Fern to make me Constitution saving throws. Just from its, like, basically being in it somewhat.
8.
8? Okay.
$24.
Okay, you succeed. So you're only going to take half damage, And she's going to take full damage, and she's also. What?
I forgot about my reaction.
Your reaction?
Again.
Oh.
Yeah. Fine.
Oh wait, no. This ability. No, that's right. Okay. She takes 9 points of damage, so you only take. I forget. Fifth ed rounds up or down?
5. Rounds up.
Thank you. I always forget.
Oh, yeah.
So you take 5, she takes 9, and she takes 1 level of exhaustion, which means that she's at disadvantage on ability checks. And now it makes its attack. It makes 3 attacks. 1 against Lorkris, 1 against Fern. No, actually, 1 against Rylar. By the way, I put it in a way it's a bit too further up, like it was meant to be like here. I want it to be clear that you recognize now that it has reach. It basically shoots out a tendril at all 3, at Lorkris and Miss Ray and Rylar. So what happened was when it touched you guys' feet, you could feel it drawing the blood to the surface of your skin, and that's why Oh, there's also additional damage with that. So Fern, you also take 3 additional damage from the blood being drawn out. Since you failed the save. All right. Cool. Now, first attack against Rylar. 18 isn't going to get there. Attack against Miss Ray. What's your armor class?
20.
Okay, 19 won't get there. And attack on Lorkris. 23 won't get there?
Yep.
Oh, well?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Even with Shield of Faith, gives me only a +2.
Oh, right.
But I don't even have Shield of Faith on, so.
Okay. So, low roll, you take 10 points of, I guess it's technically bludgeoning damage. Not necrotic. But the, that blood echo thing where it's drawing the blood from you is necrotic. So, now I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
It's not one of those effects where you succeed once and you never have to do it again. It's every single time that it hits you, it's drawing the blood out.
Got it. I was like, I wasn't affected by that because I saved. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a constant effect. It's a per instance effect. Although actually each round that you're standing in it, it will be a constant effect. But it's basically when you're in contact with it.
How much damage do I take?
You took 10.
No, how much damage did I take from this? I rolled a 7. Like it's.
Oh, a 7 total for the con check?
14, but.
You got a 14 on the con check? Oh, that succeeds.
Oh.
It wasn't a very high con check, I think.
Oh, did you just roll like stupid low?
I rolled stupid low.
She had a total of an 8, I think, right? Yeah.
Yee.
Oh wait, no, 14. No, you're right. That is just one shy of success. I was misreading this. I thought this was a 3. It's a 5. All right. All right. So.
Is there damage for that?
Yeah, there's additional damage. It's 2 points of damage. But and you now have 1 level of exhaustion, so cool. just disadvantage on ability checks for now. I forgot what was the amount of damage that I did to you, Druid, for the secondary effect, because it heals.
Like 3.
3? Okay, so I'll just add the 2 of those together then. It heals for the amount that it's drained from you. Which wasn't much. 5 between the 2 of you. All right. Lorkris, I think? No. Rylar.
No, it's Rylar.
Rylar's like, oh my god, that's disgusting!
It's so icky!
Icky's a good word. Rylar, since he hasn't been given any extra orders, he's just going to purple beamer it 3 more times. The first attack misses. Second attack hits. And third attack hits.
Yay!
And
Let's go.
9, 10 is 19. Okay.
Does that push him back from Rylar's repelling blast?
So, because of its viscous nature, what ends up happening is it just pushes a portion of it back that just splooches back to it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Thought I'd ask.
No, I'm glad you asked. Yep. Because I was going to describe it and then I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. See, that's what I love about our D&D. We collaborate on everything. We're wonderful that way. And I think you're up, Lorkris.
I'm going to cast Feeble Mind. That.
Feeble Mind was
Anyway,
awesome
your
against the
turn.
Death Knight. Lorkris hasn't said anything, but Lorkris seems to know this thing is unaffected by mind effects, or at least it wasn't affected by fear, I should say. I shouldn't say mind effects. I should say, as far as he knows, it can't be affected by fear.
Neither can I.
Well, this is as good a time as any. I reach back into the quiver and I pull out the glyph of warding with magic circle. Because it is undead, not has disadvantage on all things.
So we lost some
outside
of
the
your
circle.
audio. Could you say the?
I was making sounds. I'm so sorry.
I dropped the glyph of warding with magic and envelop it.
What's the range of it?
The range?
What's the radius, the circumference of the?
10 foot.
Is it 10 foot radius or 10 foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
10 foot radius.
So
20 foot tall cylinder.
All right. So 10 foot radius means it's 20 feet across. So it'll actually cover the whole area. Here, I'll go ahead and just get some little dice here to denote it. Sorry, I don't have green dice for this. I just got purple ones.
No, that's fine.
Effectively, imagine a circle inside these. So, so what's it now? What's it gonna do to it?
So the creature can't. So one of the stipulations when I cast it, I can elect to cause the magic to operate in reverse. Typically, it's a protective of who's inside, but I've reversed that to kind of everything outside. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets. Targets, in this case, outside the cylinder can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature. So, plain and simple, and it can't willingly leave the space.
No.
If it wants to use teleportation, it has to make a...
It has to make a what? Your audio keeps cutting out. It's so weird.
If the creature tries to use teleportation into the circle, it must succeed on a...
Not audio. What's going on?
We might be experiencing some internet issues because of
what?
with the weather changing. The winds have picked up quite a bit, and we've been seeing a little bit of pixelation.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to make do and work through it. All right. So
Apologies if we have you guys repeat yourselves a lot.
It's okay.
No, we get it.
All right. So basically, you want it. So if it has to be able to teleport to get out of it. It literally has no way of getting out of it. There's no saving throw to get out of it or anything.
Correct.
But it can attack
for 1 hour.
For 1 hour. Can it attack out of it?
Yeah, it just has disadvantage on attack rolls. So it'll have disadvantage to hit us. Arguably speaking, since we are unaffected, if we are within the space, all of its things still go off. But if we step away, even provoking attack of opportunity, it would just have disadvantage. So it kind of leaves him in place and just gives us a little bit more of an edge. But he's not completely useless.
That's what you're saying. So it can't it can attack out of it, but can't actually willingly move itself.
Move out
of it. Okay.
Correct.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Well then. Nice. Okay. How many of those do you have saved up?
Just one, because everybody else wanted something. Rylar has one and Emillynn has one.
Right.
So I only had one.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they each have their own glyph of something.
Yeah. It's all good. All right.
So then with that, that would have been my action, because even with the quiver, right? Because originally it's bag of holding, we ruled that it would take movement and action to do that. With the quiver, it's just an action. Correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So next is Fern.
Me. I'm going to.
Oh, it. Sorry. I'm just gonna say it can't willingly leave the circle. Letting people know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. That moth is driving me crazy. I should have been prepared. Sorry.
I'd say you want to delay to the last of the turn, but
I am the last turn. I'm just going to whack it.
with your shillelagh? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your roll.
16 plus 13?
29?
29?
Yeah, so you physically hit it. Unfortunately, it appears to be completely immune to bludgeoning damage.
And then Fern's gonna go, I'm not thinking very clearly, guys. I have to pee. And I'm going to try to shimmy my way past Miss Ray.
Okay, so you
and
want to
get
go
behind her. I want to get behind
So you can't
Miss
get
Ray.
behind her because that would effectively be stepping off into the water, right? Because she's technically right here.
Oh, I thought we had more space.
No, you're still right at the edge. You had just barely stepped in.
Oh, I thought we had more space. Okay.
I guess I should have made it clear that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically, what you see here just goes to here. So where you guys are positioned is literally the first step in. That's you. That's Miss Ray. Remember that you can change places with somebody In this instance, I'll have you guys roll like acrobatics or athletics checks.
No, it's fine. I'll stay right there.
Okay.
I do have to pee though, so I'll be right back.
All right. I figured that was the case.
Just unplug it.
Okie dokie. Where were we?
Next up would be Ray.
Yes, Ray.
This
it's your
Emillynn
turn.
Ray.
It is still technically within reach of you because it has 10-foot reach,
Yeah.
but you can't go back. Technically speaking, you could go here, partially down the steps, and maybe shoot around the corner at it.
Her fairy fire went off, right? Or did it make it safe?
It made it safe.
It made it save.
Okay.
But remember that it currently has disadvantage to attacks if you wanted to move away from it in current attack of opportunity.
It's currently 10. Oh, I'm within 10 feet of it, correct?
Oh, you're actually within 5. Well, I guess yeah. Effectively, you're within like about 10 feet. So yeah, if you stepped around the corner, you'd be just out of its reach.
Okay. Yeah, I will take the attack of opportunity to move 5 feet over.
Okay. We'll just put. You're gonna basically move around the corner. Mm-hmm. The only reason why it doesn't have reach on you is because of the corner. All right. Its attack of opportunity at disadvantage. And it fails to connect with you.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you very much.
So it missed?
Yes, it missed you.
Okay. All right. So I can still see it, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let's purple beamer it again 3 times. First one. Hey, look at that. That's a 30.
That definitely hits.
Second one. Hey, look at that. That's a 19 on the die. Plus 12.
Yeah, for sure.
Third one. Hey, look at that. That's another 19 on the die.
Damn.
Let's go!
Okay, 3 hits.
Miss Ray's getting back into her groove.
Roll 3d10.
Let's go!
Are you doing better over there now?
Yeah!
Aw, darn. 15 points altogether.
That's pretty good.
I
That's
rolled a 10, a 4, and a 1.
it's literally average if you do the math.
10, a 4, and a 1.
Nice.
Oh, I took a 5-step around the corner there, Druid.
So now you have half cover against it
Yes.
too. So
If you wanted to move back, you can.
yeah. Of course, if she moves back, she'll still be within its range.
Yeah, but
yeah.
still.
Yeah. All right. The creature's turn. Oh, I should have done this on you guys' turn. Well, I would say that because you put down the circle and it can't willingly leave, that it would have pushed it would have had to shrink up a little bit so that now it's you guys are not partially standing in it. So we're not gonna, and I should have had you do it on your turns, but I guess it doesn't matter when it happens as long as it's, so, all right. So you're not gonna have to worry about the whole standing in it thing because of the circle that you put down. And now it's going to, it's gonna try and focus fire on the one that dropped this circle.
Yep.
Our AC is what? 22?
20.
20, okay. So even with disadvantage, that's 1 hit.
Okay.
The second one is a miss.
Okay.
And the third one is a miss.
Okay. On that first hit, I will use my reaction for a hellish rebuke. I want to see if fire does anything better.
Okay.
So, roll your damage. Let me know, and then I'll do mine.
Okay. Well, that's pretty low damage. Lowest, I rolled minimum 2 1s. So it's doing 8 points of the bludgeoning and necrotic damage from the attack. And then I still need you to roll me that Constitution saving throw.
18.
You succeed, so you don't take any extra damage or have to worry about exhaustion.
Okay. And then doing Hellish Rebuke is going to be at second. So that is just going to be 3d10.
Okay.
Um. 16. I rolled a 10, a 5, and a 1.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, it seems to... It wasn't extra effective, but it wasn't mitigated
It didn't
in
like
any
it.
way. Yeah.
Got it.
And then... that was your turn, right, Lorkris?
No, that was its turn. It hit me, so as a reaction, I held it.
Oh, right. Yeah, I thought that was really weird. Okay, so now it's Rylar's turn.
Now it's Rylar's turn. Yeah.
Rylar's gonna try again 3 times. First one is a miss. Second one is a miss. Third one is a miss. Sorry. It's got a crazy AC, so.
You know what? Being an amorphous thing, it doesn't shock me that it's difficult to like hit and or damage in a way because of the way that it can move.
Yeah,
It's
some
like the
amorphous
T1000.
things are super slow, like your typical kind of, ochre jelly or black pudding or green slime, something like this. Some sort of oozes. This thing, but you're right. Some oozes are the opposite. They because of their liquid nature, they can be even speedier than you can imagine. And this fits in that category.
Like
so Rylar's done.
It's up to me.
So you,
It's
Lorkris.
up to you.
Yay! Okay. So I noticed that it didn't necessarily resist any of the fire damage per se. I mean, it wasn't like it was super effective, but it didn't. It did something.
Right.
So we are going to
Cast.
do it again. I am going to bonus action Searing Smite,
Okay.
which gives me 2d6 fire damage on my next hit.
Yep.
And then I am going to Schwang.
Roger.
So
So did you want to
I
step
moved.
back to 10 foot range, or you wanted to stay where you're at?
I am fine where I'm at right this moment.
Okay. Just thought I'd bring it up in case you wanted to.
No, I got plan.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I mean, it wouldn't get an attack of opportunity because you both have reach. So yeah.
It won't get an attack of opportunity after I swing mobile.
That's true.
So I was gonna wait to move
All right.
to step out of its range.
Yeah, I forget. I always forget 5th ed. You can move after attacking.
Yeah.
I love that about 5th ed though.
17 plus 14.
Yeah.
31. Yeah. And then second one. Another 17 plus 14.
Okay.
So, so here's what I'm going to do. For the first one with the fire damage. That is cool. That is okay. All right. I will give you independent damages for you.
Please.
For regular damage, we have 15.
Okay.
4 for acid.
Hang on a sec.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. And then the acid, like I said, doesn't appear to do anything.
Yeah. Like immune to acid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will stop rolling that one for the duration. So I don't waste.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I thought it was just resistant, not like immune. That was my
Gotcha.
beat. And then 8 damage for the fire.
Okay, that was full.
Okay. That's for the first one. The second one, I'm going to hit it with my Blessed Strike, adding just 1d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
Because I forgot that I have that ability for one attack per turn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is correct. That is fine. Regular damage is going to be 18.
Okay.
And then 8 on radiant.
Okay. The thing pops like a giant bloody zit and squirts out and splashes all of you guys. And I'm gonna let everybody make a reflex save to avoid some of the splash. You're gonna get to roll with advantage since you're like hiding right around the wall, and so does
okay.
Guar. Guar will also get to get a reflex save.
Dexterity
with
save.
Right, dexterity save with advantage.
Yeah.
For you two, but the rest of you.
Yeah.
10? Okay.
26.
26. Let me roll for Guar. I'm gonna roll for Rylar.
Guar. I forget. I rolled a nat 20 for Lorkris. And then Guar's is
+3.
+3, 16.
That's with advantage?
Yes, that was with advantage.
Yeah, 16 is fine. The DC was 15.
Cool.
So I think only only Fern. All right, Fern. Take
It's a
12 points of damage
12.
from it, and then I need you to roll me another con save.
20 total.
All right, you succeeded on the con save, so you didn't get a level of exhaustion or take any more damage. And the thing is no more. You find lying there in the center, it suddenly starts to kind of dissipate and get, because it's in a stream. So ultimately, it just kind of, imagine
Washes away.
a bloody clot washing away into the stream, and eventually, what you see is a clump of bones in the center that are kind of have congealed, coagulated, thick material all around them that is also slowly dissipating off of the bones, and the strange kind of reddish glow in the bones is fading. What you find interesting, though, is you find 2 sets of bones in this pile. 2 skulls, like 2 sets of human bones. Humanoid, not human. Goliath. 2 sets of Goliath bones in the pile. I'm gonna let everybody roll their special skill that they want to. Obviously, she can do nature, you can do religion, and you can do...
I also have a very good medicine check.
I mean, whichever is
well.
better for you, nature or medicine, whatever you want to do.
Medicine.
Okay, roll your medicine check. You get to roll whatever check you want of those, since you're the super bard. You can actually literally roll whatever skill check you want. What'd you get over there, Druid?
And I rolled a 1
Oh, poor thing.
plus 11.
Hey, at least
so
you
12.
didn't roll a 1 on an attack roll.
That is true. But 12 total.
Yeah, sorry, that doesn't give you any info. What did you get over there, Lorkris, on your...
20 total.
Nice. And you?
Okay.
So I rolled a 7, and I'm trying to decide if I should do arcane, history, or nature.
Whichever one's the highest number. Druid, I will say this. Your medicine check did yield one bit of information. And that is, it looks like one of the sets of bones, the skull, is slightly smaller than the other. And but it looks like the larger skull has a an impact crack in it. Not crack, more than, how an impact, like on glass, it kind of dents in and it's sprayed. Yeah, there's an impact, crack in one of the skulls. And
I could probably tell the difference between male and female hip bones if I need to.
Well, yeah, you didn't roll
Same.
well enough to tell, but you can surmise this based upon the size, yeah. One skull is bigger than the other, has an impact, and the other one, the smaller skull, the neck bone looks like it's been, has a chip across it.
Crushed.
No, not crushed, like a chip, like it's been sliced.
Okay.
My history and arcana are the same, so it'd be 21 for either one.
Okay, so 20 and 21 is enough to know. You guys kind of have a theory, a hypothesis that what happened was, from what you remember, the three drowned ladies saying to you was that he had brought a fourth victim down here who was able to escape his grasp a little bit and run, and he chased them and went down this tunnel. And you think that what likely happened was, in the struggle, he must have slit her throat, but at the last minute, something she did caused him to somehow get an injury on his head, and then on top of that, you suspect that either he or she must have uttered some sort of curse that, and also with the mystical nature of this, this area. And then on top of that, later on, when the whole area was turned into an undead, the whole land was cursed by an undead, literally an undead curse, this sort of weird abomination was the culmination of that. Or, you don't know if you think actually the undead part, all it did was enhance this thing. You think it's very likely this thing was created by the verbal curse of one of these two people. And it's just some sort of weird anomaly that you all have now have mostly exercised. You do note that within the bones within the skulls, some of that coagulated material is still kind of potentially active, and there's still a slight reddish glow. And so you think that you need to probably act fast to because it's possible this
Speak
thing.
to it.
Although you don't think it's. Let me say this again though. Studying it further with your rolls, you think that it's very likely that it might regenerate back from this state, but it's going to take some time, like a matter of a day or days. So you're not in immediate danger, but you want to
We should
somehow
bring it over.
Yeah.
To that other ladies over there.
Yeah.
So are we going to take these bones over to those ladies over there? Are we scared to touch them? What do you think? I'm sure we have extra cloth if you don't want to pick it up with hands.
As doing that, Lorkris, I just walk up and just
Grabbed.
yeah, I just walk
Grab
up
the
and
whole
just,
mass of
just
stuff.
just pick it up
Right.
and look at it.
So, I mean, there's no danger to you right now. Do you want to put the remains in something so it's easier to carry them all? Because it's literally a pile of bones,
If I remember correctly, all that they asked bring them his head?
No. Well,
No?
Well, they asked for the body.
they asked for his remains. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I'll just grab a...
We have like extra stuff we start pulling together, like extra whatever cloth.
Yeah,
we
or
have like
something.
extra single-use backpacks in the bag of holding somewhere.
Oh yeah, we
A
have like
sack
extra
or
stuff.
a tarp. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do. You makeshift a way to carry it without having to like carry it. So
Yeah.
and yep. So you gather all the bones. It's not necessarily. I mean, you could easily separate out the female's bone, or skull, but you figure it's easier just to take all the bones, and you just take them all together. And I take it you guys want to head back to where you met the three drowned ladies, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move it back over here. They've since moved back to their original position. With like this, right? And you guys come around the corner. This time, everybody's kind of witnessing. I'm assuming
doing his thing.
Lorkris wants to be the one to.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Lorkris, you step into the room, and they all, of course, they animate. So, you have come back to fulfill your promise or to meet your doom. Did you find Frederick? Did you find him? Please say you found his bones.
I will. I'll take the wrapping of the bones because I'm still holding this head. I'm still holding the skull. I will gingerly toss the bag of bones towards them, not in the water, but where it's obvious, and then present Frederick. I have brought what you've requested. However, this thing is cursed. It might reanimate.
Oh no, bring him here. Yes, my sisters, my friends. They have fulfilled their promise, they have. Do not worry, we will take him to the abyss with us. So
I will just...
Don't forget to mention there's another lady.
yeah, so
I imagine we'd
you
split
set
the
the
two.
bag down right here, let's say, and you put the skull on the bag, right? And then they start to come forward, and they kind of.
I was gonna hold the skull and have them take it from me.
Okay, so they point at the rest of the remains as if you just put it down there. And
With a thunk.
okay, you put it down there. They all start to come around the remains, and there's kind of a a reddish glow, and you can tell that they're like somehow strangely energized by what's happening by the remains. And then you notice that their red kind of fades to an orange, and then sort of a whitish color, and their gruesome, grim, scary demeanor slowly changes form into, three spectral, wispy, transparent spirit maidens. And then soon you see a fourth one there, and they say, "Thank you for freeing us from this millennia of curse, and for bringing us justice, even though it took so long." And then they start to fade away, but just as they're fading away, the last one, she just looks at you, she basically, let me come back to this screen. She just looks deep at Lorkris, in Lorkris's eyes, and then she turns and points at the crack in the wall, and then you see her fade away as well. And then the bones you noticed are just kind of loosely, being moved a little bit by the stream, kind of slowly moving into the water. And the bones, there's no glow, there's no gooey stuff coming out of the eyes. It's the curse has been lifted. And sure enough,
yeah, we are so cool. Good job. High five, Lorkris.
Put my hand up really high.
I just
she's like
throw a chunk of pillar at it.
She's like trying to jump. I can just see her trying to jump.
It's like me trying to high five Ares.
All right, so you guys, what do you do now? You have defeated the blood ooze and eliminated the curse from the drowned maidens, brought them to justice from the evil Frederick serial killer from thousands of years ago.
I'm gonna go, excuse me, Lorkris, let me go take a look at what that lady was pointing at.
Do you think we should take a rest before we traverse through the hole?
We will. But
Okay.
I want to go take a look at it first.
Perfect. I just wanted to decide that.
I'll just step into the water to let Emillynn pass.
Okay, all right. Ellen passes by and goes over and takes a look at the. You're gonna roll your.
Investigation. 23.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you definitely
That's the
find
animals I like.
there's a crack in the effectively right here. And it's small, like it's too small for any of you to pass through, except maybe Miniguar. Wait, that's right. Wasn't Miniguar's not Miniguar right now because you had made him dig again. Yeah, Miniguar could potentially pass through, but I forgot. You guys have a light source, right?
We have something better.
What?
Hey, Philip, can you squeeze through there and tell me what's on the other side?
Oh, okay. He says it looks like there's like a service tunnel back here, and stuff. But this wall looks super unstable. I don't want to go under there too far. With enough force and impact, you could probably crumble it open.
Good job, Philip. You can come back now.
Okay.
Turn around to the group. Great job, team. I have no idea what that thing was, but you did it. We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Rylar's like, I
we are the
want to
best.
rest, because that was stinky and grody and nasty, and they look really tired now.
Oh, yes, yes. You guys keep a lookout. I'm going to bring up the tavern and spend my 5 rounds.
Are you going to bring up the tavern, or did you want to just do a short rest back in somewhere else? Like, what do you guys want to do?
I have one more bardic inspiration I can give out for the day.
Oh, you guys use that many? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I get them back after, I think, a short rest now. But
I've used a couple of spells. I'm down
I will say
hit
this:
points.
your character.
I'm exhausted.
Yes, you're exhausted. Yeah. You're not exhausted. You just
Same.
have a level of exhaustion. You're just kind of tired.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was she the only one that got tired, and he did too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
so yeah, tavern.
something dawns on your character with your arcane knowledge, and that is that this whole kind of weird accidental mystery that you guys solved, that doesn't have technically anything to do with, your primary mission or Lorkris' background or anything. It kind of led you to an interesting clue about this place. This guy was some sort of serial killer who was luring women down here to murder. And you think that because of that, he must have known something about the magical security of this place, and that it's likely or possible that this is sort of a dead spot or blind spot for the super scry, the tower on the entire city.
Yep, tavern's going in, doors going in on the wall, right? Like
Near the crack.
near the crack. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you guys decide that you're going to go in now?
Yes.
All right. You guys head into... Oh, just go ahead.
Okay.
Huh.
Nothing
Nothing.
else? Okay.
Did you have a last minute thought?
I can't re-up my magic circle inside your tavern.
Do you want to do that before we go in?
The door stays open, right?
No, it
Okay.
shuts. It doesn't stay open for the entire time you're in there, no.
No, but you can already have it started, and I can come in, right?
Yeah, so
Or does
you
it
asked
shut
you can come in
once she comes
after everybody, yeah. Well,
Doesn't it shut when she comes through?
it shuts when she goes through, yes.
Yeah, I can stand outside and wait for you to finish your magic circle thing. Or I can wait, and then you can do the magic circle, and then I can bring up the tavern.
If that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make another magic circle grenade, or not magic, is it magic circle? Yeah, magic circle
Magic
grenade
circle.
bomb.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
alrighty. So
Fern
you do,
is just gonna spend time throwing little pebbles at Rylar, see if he notices just like the littlest of pebbles, just like tossing them, and then just
Looking away.
I love it.
She's like, but it's Miss Ray. Miss Ray is like on the other side.
it wasn't me.
So
It was Chonk Pillar.
this seems like a perfect. You guys go into the tavern, into her special pocket dimension to rest. It seems like a perfect place for us to take our evening intermission break. Grab some snackings and bathroom break and all that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Hi,
I don't
guys.
have to do the bathroom break right now.
But as soon as you get back, you.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Welcome back. I have to be. All right.
I love it. Aries over here got 954 equals 18. That's nice. That's so cool. Looks like Simon had to go to bed. Of course, it's super late where he's at, so understandable. And Banana Tom's like, give it a second, then she'll have to be. it's true.
Okay.
All right, guys. So we're
BT
gonna.
needs to be careful
Yeah.
with how much
TV.
he snarks me. He has given me too much power.
You guys enjoy the
Intermission.
clips.
Yes, and we'll be back in just a
Have
bit.
some laughs. We'll see you soon.
So, what'd you guys think of that critter, huh? Oh,
So
yeah.
fun.
So it was a
So fun.
slightly modified version of a critter from this cool ass book that Starkitty got me. It's a 5e monster book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Van Helsing's guide. That's cool.
Yeah. Van Helsing's Guide to the Unquiet Dead.
That's cool. That's a great cover too.
Yeah. Honestly, the book could have used an editor. They published it without. It's obviously it has not been edited because there's a lot of spelling and grammar errors. The pages are not even numbered.
Yeah.
So it's pretty scuffed, but regardless, it's pretty neat. It has some great resources for sure. Fun stuff.
Oh, man. That thing was gross.
It was icky.
Icky, that's a good word.
Rylar immediately like prestidigitation. He's like, ugh.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, don't worry, Fern, I got you.
Thank you.
I'm sure Rylar was all like, prestidigitation, prestidigitation. Something that smells really, really good to help him get through this area.
Probably smells like peach pie. Peach
Yeah.
cobbler.
BT was telling you something there, Faye. He says he picked up Armored Core.
Oh. Picked up Armored Core. How do you like it, BT?
Is that a game?
Yeah. It's From Software's newest title.
Oh.
Well, newest release. It's one of their older IPs.
BT, are you gonna play Lies of P?
That looks like an interesting game.
Lie. He played the demo and was not impressed with the demo. He told me.
Oh.
But I love the name. It seems like something that Druid would play. Lies of P, because she always needs to pee. It lies to her.
My bladder!
Lies of P. It tells
If
you, oh, you
anything,
need to go
that's the
pee,
only-
and then you're like gone for like 30 seconds. I was thinking the other day, I know her secret. It's not that she has a tiny bladder after all. It's that she just goes and she's like a puppy dog and wants to mark her territory, so she holds most of it in. She just trickles a little bit out.
I'm just a fast peer because working retail.
Yeah.
You just.
I'm kidding. I'm teasing you. Yeah. I mean, also, obviously, it's true that you're a smaller lady, and so you're gonna have a smaller bladder.
Yeah.
She just likes to cleanse.
Likes to cleanse.
Jesus.
Oh, I haven't played it yet. Holding off for Wednesday, but yeah, P, I'm not keen on. But the photo mode is pretty good. Oh, okie dokie.
That's a good idea.
Wow.
Something for your new Wednesday stream. That reminds me. Okay.
Yes, chat, do not forget to follow any of these streamers that have been shouted out in chat. They are awesome creators.
Absolutely.
Fun to listen to, fun to watch.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, if you guys like our D&D content, then also follow Druid IRL and extirpatefate. You can check their links below, because they this would not exist without them, and I wouldn't do it without them. So.
And
there
if
you
you've
go.
missed any past episodes of our D&D campaign, check out the YouTube channel.
Did I create a command for that? I did. Look at that.
There we go.
Alrighty. Well, now that we're back, you guys ready to get back into it?
And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you think.
That's right. We'll see you in a little bit. Enjoy the rest of the show. We got for a couple more hours. We'll be back again to chat with you guys at the end of the show. So appreciate you all.
BT's got some new shout-out commands.
Nice shout-out commands. Ooh, interesting. Can't wait to check it out, dude. Thanks for sharing.
I am not looking forward to it.
You're not. What a dick.
I'm kidding.
I know. All
No,
right.
I just have a vague idea of what mine's gonna say.
Ah. Yeah, I know what mine. I need to get. Yeah. All right. So, all right. You guys exited the cistern dungeon and went into her pocket dimension tavern and rested. Did you want to do some role playing while you're in her dimensional breach, her safe zone?
As long as there's
I think
nice
it's-
calming music playing and everybody knows it's a safe zone.
You're the one playing the music, so sure.
That's fair.
I can magically
You
record
guys-
myself playing the music so it constantly plays throughout the scene. And yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. That technology has not been developed yet.
No. We feel it in our spirit, though. You know?
Right.
We know for a fact that if she could, it would always be playing beautiful music.
That's right.
And we feel it in our soul. That is very important, you know.
I play
But
so
I really
often.
do think that
I play so often in the tavern that it starts to become ingrained in your guys' heads. So whenever you're in your rooms, you just hear it in your head.
in our in our souls and stuff. But you
Just
guys,
like an ear chunk of.
Poor Druid can't get a word in edgewise. She's been trying for a while. Go ahead, Fern.
no, it's okay. Normally, I'm the one that interrupts people, so it's very fair.
Good point. Go ahead, Lorkris.
So, go ahead. Do you have any more to say?
No, I said it was like an ear caterpillar, like instead of an earworm.
Ear chomp.
It was just a quip.
Ear chunk.
Okay.
Better than eyeball, whatever. Anyways, so you guys, I do think it is pretty. We solved an unsolved murder that was, you know, around for a really long time. And I think that we should be very proud of ourselves that we, you know, brought peace to someone. There was multiple someones, but, you know, I do think it's very important that we pat ourselves on the back for that, you guys. Good job.
And
You
Rylar
saved
didn't
your-
drown. Thanks to Fern.
Yeah, and especially we should say thank you to Lorkris because you know he was the one who talked to those spooky ladies. I don't have the list. He's the one that talked to those spooky ladies and stuff. Thank you. 'Cause, they were spooky.
Nothing's scarier than Ouija's and her disappointment. That was fine.
I mean, if they got aggressive, we would have been able to beat them, but we were able to give them peace. And that's pretty cool.
It's always nice helping others pass on.
Oh, I can make them a little special spot in my garden just for them. In memory of them. When we get back to my garden, because we will all get back there. 100%. Every one of us will go back to my garden. It'll be great. Make little statues for them when we get back. Because we're going back. Okay,
Go
I'm
over
gonna go
and I
bed
give Fern
now.
some head pats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys rest a good, 12 hours or so, since you have 24 hours in the place. Make it a good rest. However long. I mean, you would want to, space it because you weren't up for that long anyway since the last one. Well, maybe you were. I'm trying to think. You did a lot actually. So yeah, you could probably just get like
It's been a long time since
8
we've
to 10 hour
rested.
something or other. You open up the magical door to exit. Ready
Poke my head out.
for action.
Just to make sure there isn't anything new that popped up.
There isn't. So apparently you're either they're being extra tricky, or it's difficult for them to get down here, or you were correct in that this seems like sort of a magical dead zone for their scry effect.
It's
Alright.
totally a magical dead zone. We are so safe right here. So safe.
I turn around at the door and I look at the team and I'm like, all right, relic hunters, move out.
Right, you guys are all now standing in the corridor. Go back to the screen, and ready to. There's that crack in the wall. The crack is, like I said, small. So small that only Chonkapillar or Philip could make their way through it. But what do you do next?
Philip did say that you could break it down. Not very stable. Lorkris?
We all turn and look at Lorkris.
Huh?
Would you
Are you
like to
gonna
break
break
it
down
down,
this wall?
or actually, should I say, this is what, stone?
Yeah, it's old crumbling stone in a place where, I mean, the construction of this building is remarkable, but it's still 15,000 years old, and this area has apparently, since it has not been maintained, this spot is worn to such a degree that it wouldn't take much to crack it back open.
Lorkris, you should just walk right up to it and just kick it really hard. Like that one tale that Miss Ray told one time about like these mythical creatures called Sparta. You just go rock up to it and kick it really hard, right in the chest. But it's not it's a wall. But anyways, you should do that.
I'm surprised you remembered that story, Fern.
Of course,
But then
I love
again-
listening to your stories.
Of course you would remember. You like acting that one out.
That one was very fun. I want to Sparta kick someone very hard. Very bad.
Rylar raises his hand. Oh.
Yes, Rylar.
So I know that Lorkris is big and strong, and he could try to crack that, but it looks like, even Lorkris looking at it thinks it would take a couple of hours worth of work for him to do with like and he's not gonna be able to do it barehanded. You're gonna need like a pick or a weapon or something. Obviously, you don't want to use your weapon on it. This is just stuff that comes to mind.
Fern,
So,
did you happen to prepare stone shape today?
I haven't changed any of my spells. I didn't even think about it. I'm pretty sure it's early enough in the morning that I could do a prepare if my all-powerful gods are looking down at me very kindly.
well, I guess I'll give you a 50-50 shot.
Looks at Stormy like, all-powerful god?
High or low?
Low.
Okay, apparently they give you a pass, so you were able
Yay!
to switch your spells out just during breakfast. Or right after breakfast, because you almost forgot. Oh yeah, I could do that now.
Almost forgot.
And then you just...
So you said stone shape? Do you think stone shape?
So Rylar's like, oh, but we don't need to waste that really awesome spell for this. Miss Ray, you and I could do it.
What do you mean?
Wasn't you the one taught me that my purple beamer is made of force damage?
Yes, it is.
And remember, I was tearing up them stone, those awful evil stone rune place things.
Yes, that is true. So are you saying we should
Let's
beamer the wall?
Yeah, let's blow up let's tear up the wall, and then Lorkris can, finish it up after that or something.
Oh,
Is
Lorkris
there
can
any other
supervise?
spells you think I should prepare though? Before we do this?
Yeah, that's
Really
a good
quick?
idea. Yeah, we'll say that you guys discuss. This is all during the discussion phase, before you decide your prep spells of the day.
What spells do you have access to, and what levels?
So many. I doubt we need to worry about the breathing underwater.
You never know.
Should I prepare that?
Well,
Because I obviously don't need to prepare.
Rylar
you
asks
know.
what level spell it is.
While breathing.
Level 3, 4, 3, 3. Third level.
What do you currently have prepped?
I have Call Lightning. So right now, I currently have prepared Fairy Fire, Thunder Wave, Cure Wounds, Healing Word, Spike Growth. Important stuff, like Call Lightning.
So, Rylar's
Tidal
like,
wave.
Is Call Lightning a good one to have prepared when we're indoors?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
That's why I'm like thinking I could swap something out.
What else do you have access to at 3rd level?
3rd level?
Yes.
I have
Or what does your god grant you to possibly
a
prepare?
god. The Melora says that I can have access to.
You okay over
well,
there,
I
Lorkris?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
Because
looking
he's
to
also
see
preparing spells right
Okay.
now.
if there's really anything that would even make sense.
I have. So, I already have prepared. I already have prepared daylight, erupting earth, plant growth, tidal wave. Those are all of my 3rd level spells. But I can unprepare call lightning,
What level spell's that?
3rd.
3rd level.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I can do conjure animals, dispel magic. I should teach dispel magic.
Spell magic might
Probably.
be nice. What else do you have
Have
access
somebody
to?
else. I also have flame arrow, meld into stone, but that's a ritual. Protection from energy, sleet storm, summon fae, wall of water, water breathing, water walking, wall of wind.
Probably dispel
Spell
magic.
magic's always a
I'm gonna
nice
bet.
go-to. It'd be nice to have another caster to have it just in
Perfect.
case.
Perfect. I did that. All right. Cool. Do you think I should have any more walls prepared? Nah, I think we'll be fine. I think everything else is fine. Everything else is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys done prepping? What do you
Yeah.
think of Rylar's suggestion?
I think Rylar's suggestion's a great idea. But before we get started, Rylar, hey Lorkris, can you use your sensibility and like maybe sense if anything's coming? If you sense any undead coming from this direction, does that point towards the crack? Or does it still just give you the overall?
So no, he can
no.
choose to. So here's the thing: because of the there's so many undead in the city, and because of the curse of undeath that lays on the city, it's kind of like a lot of noise to him. So when he's inside this place, he focuses his attention down, and he can see it in. What did we say it was? Was it 60 or 120? Was it 60? Yeah.
60.
He can sense them within 60 feet.
Okay.
And
However, considering that the space in front of me is probably more than, a couple inches thick, I would imagine it would make sense that I would have to walk up to the crack to kind of at least be able to push through that space with that sense, like appropriately.
Well, yeah, like you. Yeah, I mean, you can like look through the crack and you know. I'll just tell you this though: it's you don't sense any undead directly along your path in front of you. So.
I mean, as of now, looks clear.
All right.
That may change when there's a lot of noise, but
We shall see.
All right.
All right, Rylar, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. So everybody else stands back, and the two of you just start laying into it with Eldritch Blasts. Mm-hmm. And within just a few minutes, probably a tenth of the time it would take Lorkris to do it physically, even with his massive strength. Being able to just use your Force Blasts, especially with Rylar's extra damage from Agonizing Blast. You easily make mincemeat and open up enough of basically like a doorway. He's gonna have to stoop through, and Gwar is going to have to kind of squeeze in. But the corridor on the other side is about the same width. And of course, what you find interesting and different is that on the other side, there's the 5-foot corridor. It's also, just barely 7 feet tall for you to walk through. But if you remember correctly, the way I described that edge of that, what happens is there's a long crack along, looking from the other. Looking from here. Mm-hmm. There was that. It was just a wall, a blank wall, and then like a giant thick slit that went almost all the way across, and the water's flowing down it. And there's a slight glow around the edge, as if it's filtering it somehow magically. And so that means that when you go on the other side, it's not a ravine, or it's not a stream beneath you. It's basically stone walls on both sides of you, right? And then the ceiling goes over as an arch. And then at about Lorkris' face height is where there's the platform goes in the center across, and the water basically the basin of it is up high as it goes down and then streams out the other side. So when you guys are going to walk through, you'll be walking down a corridor on each side, or with walls on each side. And one of the walls is just, about to here on Lorkris. For you guys, it's obviously you're shorter, so. And it just kind of goes off into the darkness, definitely more than even Rylar's 120-foot dark vision.
Do we want to sneak, you guys? Be sneaky?
Might as well.
I could keep up with pass without the trace.
Okay, you pass without trace. And marching order?
I'll be at the back with Gwar.
Okay, you'll be at the back with Gwar.
I'll be behind Miss Ray, because she's probably going to want to check for trap.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going first.
Then I guess Rylar after Fern. So I will say this to you, knowing architecture and stuff, you suspect that this is a service tunnel.
Thank you for the raid, Rusty.
Oh my God, thank you. Rusty? Holy crap, Rusty Sonic with the raid. Arigato gozaimasu.
Welcome in, raiders.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Can I get a shout out for Rusty?
Yeah,
I
heck
think
yeah.
They're playing D&D.
That's awesome. Oh, you're playing D&D tonight? Was this your? Sorry, folks. Normally we're chat dark, but for raids we always make an exception, especially
BT already
for
got
Rusty.
It. Thank you, BT.
Thanks, BT. Well,
yeah.
So Rusty, was this your one? That was the special one that you were doing in person and showing off to people with your buddies? I remember you saying something about that. If so, I will definitely need to pick up and watch the VOD of that. If it was just a one-off or something, that's cool too. Either way. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Rusty's folks.
Yes, welcome in, Raiders.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Raiders. So, real quick about us. I'm StormyD, and this is itsStarkitty, my significant other. And over there we have Druid IRL in the green hair, and the super bearded god is extirpatefate. Both of them are streamers, so please check out their links below. And it was his real life one tonight. Oh, that's so cool. Kieran's here too. Woohoo! So I really appreciate you sharing your folks with us, Rusty. And I know you probably got to go. It's late for you, and or need to eat food or whatnot. So I appreciate you bringing your folks. So if you got to go, cool. If you can hang, cool. Either way, you're all welcome here at Stormkeep for as long as you want to stay.
Yep.
Go rest if you need to rest, okay?
Go eat if you need to eat.
Yeah.
I figured
You're
you
not
were
Go watch
obligated
the rest
to
of
stay.
this strip.
All right, so we're gonna jump back into it. We're the party members were basically they had found a breach in the wall of the sewers in the cistern area of this dungeon, and they were making their way through the dark corridor, the narrow dark corridor.
I'm rolling.
So I was going to say that your character thinks that this maintenance corridor was probably designed during the original. It was put in place during the original construction of this part of the facility, and because it was walled off there, it's super unlikely there'd be traps here, because there'd be no reason for anyone to necessarily go this way, and the people who had built it obviously walled it off. So, yeah.
All right. Let's go.
All right. You guys continue onward. Of course, Rylar confirms using his detect magic all the time that the stone of the wall above of the cistern, the aqueduct that's basically flowing out is radiating magic to keep the water flowing and to filter it and stuff. And you keep going down the corridor, and you go quite a ways, not too much, probably another 300 feet. And it comes to a blank wall that's basically, you think, the opposite of where you're at before. Not necessarily that there's another causeway or anything on the other side, because actually you see that now where you're at, there's an opening in the ceiling, and a round opening in the ceiling, and the water is pouring in from multiple locations and pouring into that raised cistern, and but it just comes to a blank wall in front of you. Let me remember. She's an elf, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am a half elf.
Right, but half elves, if I remember correctly, don't have the. There's something funky about this wall ability, right? That's not 3.5, right? That's still in 5th ed?
Yeah, I know it's in 3.5. I don't think it transferred over to 5th
Did it not transfer over to your elf? One of your elven abilities isn't. Maybe I'm thinking of 3.5. It's easy to get them confused.
Hey,
I
this
think-
is
My special elven abilities are the fact that I'm immune to magical sleep. I have dark vision, and because I'm a wood elf, I have 35 feet of movement.
And then there's the advantage against.
Oh yeah, advantage on being charmed.
Okay.
I don't have any special. I can tell something weird about.
Okay.
At
Sorry.
the top.
Yeah. Well, I guess I was thinking of 3.5. In 3.5, there's an ability that elves have that basically they get free looks at secret doors if they move within 10 feet of them.
Oh.
So I kind of blew the surprise there, but.
Well, I mean,
Yes, your
Well,
elven
we have a super-
senses are tingling.
Except you don't have elven spidey senses in 5th ed, so never mind. You guys are at a blank wall. You're like, oh, this is a dead end.
blank
How does this
wall.
help us?
But Miss Ray is
how
gonna
much you want to bet it's a.
Rylar,
I mean,
is there anything other than everything's still magic, right?
Well, not everything, but yeah, that flowing stream, aqueduct, cistern thing, whatever you guys call it.
I don't think going up is the best way.
So there's no way for any of you to fit. So the problem is that, like I said, the center column area is lifted up high enough that the distance between there's no way for anybody to crawl up through there. Maybe Fern could, but the water's flowing through at a pace that, there's almost no way she could crawl up through there. I mean, maybe with some magical means you could, but it would be,
Philip?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you see anything? Anything? You notice anything?
I noticed that I haven't heard you sing in a while. I'm missing some music.
Very true.
Other than that, I suppose you guys should search around, because, surely they would have built this place with an egress of some kind.
That is true. All right. I'll do some humming, and everybody can take a look around. See if they notice anything different. Or maybe a
I'm just gonna walk down the corridor, just like tapping it with my stick. Nothing fancy, pretending to be productive while thinking about Spartacus.
Okay.
Because now I just want to Spartacus something. So I'm just gonna walk down the wall and I'm just gonna tap the wall with my stick.
So she's
Trying my best.
She's pretending to be productive. She's not actually doing any kind of action.
I'm going to investigate while I'm humming.
Okay, all right.
I'm totally being productive, you guys.
24.
So you find, sure enough, that there's something strange about the. So about 10 feet back from the blank wall that you came to, about 10 feet back on the left side, obviously not towards the cistern, to the left, there is some strange kind of, the way the bricks come together and the seam seems way too organized and synergistic and not synergistic, symmetrical is the word I'm looking for. And you think there's potentially some sort of secret door there. And what'd you get on your roll?
23.
23,
No, 24,
yeah.
sorry.
24, okay, yeah. And sure enough, after playing with it a little bit, you find it's not too hard to miss when you're looking for it. There's a section of the stone at the bottom near the seam on the floor that you can basically just kind of push in, and you're pretty sure it will activate this secret door.
How far away was Fern from tapping on it with her stick?
She had tapped on it and walked right past it. But because of the thickness of it, you wouldn't have really even been able to hear or tell the difference.
I'm all like, hey everybody,
I
found
tried.
something.
I tried, Miss Ray.
I know you
I
did,
tapped
Fern.
on it.
I know you did, Fern. You're
I was
doing a
trying
great
so
job.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Head pats.
Everybody knows I'm lying right now.
But you still get head pats for effort.
A for effort.
Okay, so what do you guys? You basically know how to open the secret door, and you can do so when you choose to. So what do you
You
want to
guys
do?
ready?
We're being sneaky. I'm keep making sure that we're like being extra sneaky.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to open the door.
All right. You pop open the secret door, and what's interesting is the other side of the door is made of a wall that's a different kind of substance material than this one. And the architecture on the other side is different as well. You think probably by design, but it's possible that it's actually even older, not like dramatically older, but even older than this section, in that it's definitely more rough, rustic, kind of almost stereotypical dungeon kind of look, as far as the kind of crackling stone, large stone, gray stone walls, and you quickly recognize that what you see before you stretch out to the left and to the right is a catacombs, and so you think that why it's older is that you believe that this was the catacombs designed to be probably a burial chamber for royalty. not burial chamber, but burial catacombs. You know, the entire burial area for the ancient lineage and royalty of this city, and but even longer ago than the curse. You know, back in their own history. So prehistory, as it were, and they're, let's see, because what you're in is an open tomb that has an archway out into a corridor that goes basically left and right, and then across from that corridor is another archway that's of course darkened from your view at this particular distance, and so I'm gonna actually go ahead and
turn around and I look at the team
now.
and I say, all right, we're in a catacombs, old tomb, please be respectful, do not touch anything.
So I'm gonna.
I look at Fern and I look at Rylar, going back and forth between the two. Do not touch anything.
I'm gonna go to the combat mat scene. You're not necessarily rolling initiative right now. I'm just gonna draw one piece.
Because I know Lorkris knows not to touch anything.
Rylar raises his hand, though.
Yes,
and he goes,
Rylar.
Ooh. But what if it's possible to find something in this place that would be useful against the bad guys? I mean, I'm not saying that we would, but you know.
So you're saying that we should look around and touch stuff?
Well, I'm just speculating. Isn't that what they call it?
Speculating.
Speculating,
yes.
Yeah. That you know. I mean, this land is already cursed, right? Mm-hmm. So if it's already cursed, then anything that we do here will be seen as
Doubly cursed.
No, I was thinking
Double
everything that we do
cursed.
here would be seen by the people not as disrespectful, but as the potential to, if we're trying to free the curse. I don't know. That's just one way of looking at it, I guess.
But looking at the architecture, Rylar, it looks like this catacombs was here possibly before the curse happened.
Right. But
So-
if even if it's before it, the whole land was cursed by whatever the dark thing that they did. You know, kind of like Miss Fern's people. I don't know. It's up to you guys. What do you think, Lorkris? You're the expert on this stuff.
This is your ancestors.
So kind of drawing from
Oh, sorry
my
about that.
He ran the
I ran the water.
water at the same
Oh,
I forgot
Didn't
to
hear it.
pick up right on the mic. I apologize to everybody.
kind of pulling from a little bit of. Can I make a religion check to infer whether that would be something that, even though I know these ancestors are older than what I would consider my ancestors, but the idea of stashing artifacts with the dead that could potentially be powerful. Can I make a check to see if that seems feasible? Like, is it worth looking?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a religion check. Sure.
22.
22. So your character's a little bit of two minds on this, but you lean more heavily to the idea that. I guess I'll draw here in a second. We'll answer your question. So maybe under normal circumstances, you know, if this was just a catacombs of a regular city, right? Then in that context, in that instance, yeah, looting the tombs would be disrespectful and might even, piss off either the deities of these people, if they had any, or Weejoss, or the spirits of the dead, as it were, right? Mm-hmm. However, this place has already been unhallowed in a massive way. The entire land is literally cursed. And so at this point, like, the damage is already done. Anything that you do, if it's in the cause of removing and reversing the curse, would be, and honestly, if there's going to be undead guardians of these tombs, they're probably going to be hostile anyway.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
like, in this context, this whole city, plus this is also likely the catacombs of the nobility of this city, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the nobility of the city that ultimately led the people down this dark, horrible path. Now, obviously, these people, you can't hold these people accountable for that. But then again, on the same token, these people, if the land itself is cursed, then they have been swept up. Their bodies, their remains, have been swept up in that curse. So, if there's any potential to be gained, I think that, the potential is probably better there. But you can also see her point of view of not wanting to disturb the dead, to potentially avoid fights if you don't have to get into them. But it could be worth it. You might find some things that could prove useful.
Well, Rylar, you do have a point on the damage is already done, so what we do is a moot point. However, I understand respecting the... But
Don't want to make Weejoss mad.
she's already irritated. I probably much more as her.
I can.
Yes,
But
so
what
you
are,
won't.
what are the odds that somebody in the nobility would hide some random object that we need to just get rid of this curse, in any one of these many, many tombs? That's a lot to look through.
Emillynn, how many stories have you told out people?
Wow, we lost that whole sentence.
Mother.
Sorry, don't be frustrated by it. It's all right.
No, I know.
We heard Emillynn. This was what we heard.
Yeah.
Emillynn, how many stories have you?
Jeez, did it again.
Again?
Yeah.
Wow.
It gets to.
Can you hear me?
How many stories have you told?
To Fern. About people diving into crypts to retrieve artifacts.
There we go. That worked.
Oh yeah, there was one where his name was Jones or something. I don't remember his full name.
Okay, above table, I'm gonna tell you right now, the is terrifying
I
right
know.
now.
I'm trying very hard.
You're
just
totally
based
running
on
out of
time.
I want to suggest something.
Yeah.
Try and I'm not sure it's internet because it almost never happens to her. Try. I don't know. It's almost as if you have such a deep, low bass voice. It's almost as if it's something in the software is cutting you off the way it cuts her off when she goes too high. I could be wrong. Just try speaking a little bit louder. You don't have to yell, but just try and breathe in and speak just a tad bit louder like this. I don't know. Just as an experiment.
Okay. I can do it. I can.
Thanks.
Well, if you guys are going to use the stories that I've told as an argument, you also have to remember these stories were told to me by other people that have been telling stories for generations. It's not to say that any of these stories have been embellished over the years, or maybe they're not actually true. But they're fun to sing and tell about.
That is very true.
And especially act out too, because Fern loves that.
Especially the whole Sparta one. It's canon now.
Just to correct, there was no Sparta story.
No, there's a Sparta story. That one's actually very made up because Sparta does not exist. I heard that from somebody in my troop.
So there was a bit, yeah.
It's a fairy tale.
Okay. All right. So moving
Hang on. Let me just open up fantasy Twitter. Jesus Christ.
Fantasy Twitter.
Fantasy
Stop
X.
it.
Fantasy X.
I'm over it. I'm done.
They would call it R for
right.
ravens.
Okay.
Anyways.
So you guys, this particular conversation is. So ultimately, you guys can decide amongst yourselves if you want to.
Stormy's like, you're done talking about
Somebody
this.
started a new
Stop.
social media platform called Raven.
Yeah. Okay. We're moving on from this now. Thank you.
And it'll be all for
No,
boys.
really, we're moving on from this. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you. So, let's. You guys are basically having a conversation about whether you want to explore the tombs of this catacomb more fully, or just find a way out.
I will say that we are probably on a time crunch because people are waiting for us to save them. So if we do like a quick search as we're leaving, it should be fine. But I don't think we should spend too much time here because, Gashura is waiting for us. But I do think we should look.
I mean, we know nothing about these catacombs. We know nothing about the people that are here. Well, if they're still here.
All right, what do you guys do next?
Let's move forward.
Let me get you guys over here.
What sucks is I want to eat my pizza.
Oh, did you guys not eat dinner on break?
It didn't show up in time.
Oh. Is it here now? Oh.
Yeah.
We take another break to let them eat?
No?
No, it's okay.
All right.
It's kind of mean.
It's fine. I'm a big girl. So you're like...
Are you having trouble too? Are you super hungry too?
No. I'm just still trying to recover from.
From what?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
All right, guys. So.
Just kept going.
Oh.
Stop. Keep going.
Yeah.
Stop. Keep going. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm.
Okay, we're sneaking in.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right.
I'll be right behind.
So, you notice that this particular room kind of reminds you a little bit of it's not Nordic, it's not What's the? Yeah, the Nords. It's not like so. These catacombs kind of remind you a little bit of some of the catacombs you would find in Skyrim, in that it's not the architecture or style that's the same, but this particular room, you note, going up the wall is these kind of openings that are roughly the same, kind of size that you would stick the body in, almost as if it were a mortuary or a mausoleum or a
Yeah.
And so they're stacked 3 high, but they're only on this wall and this wall, and then there's statues here in these corners. So.
Look, guys, I'm all off. I'm by myself.
Sorry. Yeah, you're in this room here, like this.
Are there any
And
bodies in those little holes?
there's bones.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's nothing happening though. Lorkris. No, I'll wait till you actually step into the room.
I'm still gonna search for traps just in case.
Sure.
And we're totally sneaking, right, you guys?
Yes.
And then
That is
totally
a
casting past without
26.
trace as we going out in here.
So roll me your stealth check. That's your search check. You don't appear to find any traps.
So my stealth, I get to add +10.
Yes.
And I'm going to say that you basically can search your movement radius with one search.
36.
On the stealth? All right, so you were really sneaky about it. You guys watch her sneakily check out this room for traps.
It's like you don't even hear my footsteps.
Yeah, so there are these little tiny alcoves where the bodies of people were put in to the walls. And you don't find anything. Looking around, you do note the hallway goes on. What you find it interesting, though, is the way it's designed. These sets of tombs going onward. Forget this wall. You don't. You obviously don't see it. The reason why I'm drawing, even though technically from your angle you don't see them, it's just easier for me to go ahead and draw them. But what you're noticing is these are archways, right? Open archways. But every other thing, there are these iron doors.
Make my way out into here. Gonna check for traps again.
Okay, you can roll your stealth check first.
Stealth check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow behind.
21.
So she stays very close in my radius.
All right. So are you gonna stay in this room?
That back room, that's safe, yes.
Okay. How about Lorkris? What are you doing?
I'll kind of slowly file up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody will kind of pile in this room? Mm-hmm. All right. Hang on a second here. Uh, Lorkris, I'm going to put a dice next to every area where you sense undead. Out to your range, which would be...
That's my stomach.
What was that?
Nothing. I just get angry.
It's a thunderstorm outside, totally.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It sounded like Guar when I tried to take the toy away.
Well, hopefully your internet doesn't cut out on you during this storm.
Huh?
Hopefully your internet does not cut out on you during this storm.
It should be fine. Oh, the pen marks as far as you can sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to number them.
I'd very much like to not have to fight these guys.
Well,
But they probably have artifacts. I just had this intense urge to just like pet you, like this. So, intrusive thoughts. Yeah.
I just can't right now.
Okay. So, Lorkris, as soon as you step into this room, you can definitely sense. And again, it has to do kind of with the way the architecture is laid out, is why you didn't necessarily sense it or feel it from over here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you are sensing them through the doors and the walls.
Okay.
You sense an undead presence from this room.
Mm-hmm.
It seems moderately, like focusing your mind on it seems moderately potent. This seems very potent. That's all you can sense from where you're at right now, though. And she's still searching while you sense this.
Emillynn, wait.
I turn around and I make my way back. Yes?
No.
You find something?
Yeah. Through that door, right next to you. Not very friendly. Yeah. There's something else is down here, and it ain't alive, and it's in that room, and then in that room. This one sucks, that one's meh.
Do you want to see if you can go talk to the meh one?
This is not one that is probably.
What? You have to speak
You
up.
never know till you try.
That one is probably not one that wants to talk in the same way.
I mean, it feels about the same strength as, you know, I'm not telling you their relative mood. I'm just telling you the potency of their capabilities. Yeah. I mean, those drowned maidens were about the same potency as that one. I will say this though, your character, you yourself, are inwardly feeling kind of a strong urge, not insurmountable. I'm not going to control a player, but or control your character. You're sensing from within a very strong urge to like cleanse this undead presence from the world because of you kind of like
Because
it probably takes a moment for that kind of feeling.
Feeling to what?
That
I think because you're leaning forward a lot, I think that's what's
Wow. Nope.
just suggesting.
Oh.
It was worth a shot, but it is funny. You actually just cut out now yourself.
Oh.
yeah,
That was probably not you
I
guys.
imagine it's our service out here.
Have you had a chance to call and talk to them yet about that, Druid?
Nope, because I didn't write it down.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll try and help you remember this week. We can, if you want, we can even talk to them together, or I can even, I know how to talk to some of those folks. And
I don't know how I would phrase it.
just go with your gut, man.
Weejoss would probably be disappointed if I didn't cleanse thing.
Which one? Or both?
Both. Yeah. It's like being back in the what was it yeah, the barrel.
Before Gildothian Mine.
Yeah. What was it? Just the burial mound that we called it?
Mm-hmm.
When we first encountered the blue glow, and the triumvirate.
Yes.
It was just the burial mound. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I thought we called it something different. I could be getting that in the.
It's the burial mound. I know.
Yeah.
Because that was when this is the same color and the same blue glow was from that.
Yeah, it's a lot like wanting to cleanse the burial mound. It just so happens instead of the triumvirate coming to us, we've come to them. So if we're caught, we're stuck in a fight. If we start the fight, it's on our terms. We don't want it to come bite us in the ass.
And we don't want to make Weejoss mad.
She's already mad, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Can't quite upset something that's already mad.
So which one are we going to take on first?
So out of character, I will say this. Lorkris
Yes.
thinks that, if this is just kind of an inner thought process, you think that if you guys were to try and avoid some of it and, potentially clean it up later, it might be more acceptable inwardly as the way you feel this, right? to let the smaller threats go for now, as long as you're doing something about the more dangerous ones. Is kind of what you're thinking is a potential. You know, you're kind of get that kind of urge, that sense that, you know, you could cleanse the entire area, wipe out every undead that you run into, which is, you know, whatever, you know, that works too. Or if you want to, you know, kind of be more frugal with your resources and your time and your intention, then if you want to focus on the stronger threats, you know, it's up to you. Whatever you guys want to do. You almost got them off that time. It's gonna land
I know.
right
I saw
on
the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Chunk of pillar, what are you doing?"
Just gonna smack it out of the air one of these days.
What if that's
And then
what
sit
if
and go.
that's Chonkapillar's Chonkamoth form, and he just wants to come get pets?
I disagree.
Not even. I mean, the lesser threats we could probably deal with on the way out if necessary, but I don't think leaving something as irritated as that thing, that could be a problem. Especially if we're trying to bring out other people that may be injured.
So you're suggesting that we get the big guy and leave the little one?
Unless the little one gets upset that we beat the big guy.
Or we could just skip both of them and tell Weejas we'll get them later, because we have to save Lo. And say it was my idea, not your idea, so she's not mad at you. Options?
How strong is this urge to cleanse, Lorkris?
I mean, I'm not kicking the door down now, am I?
True. But like you said earlier, if we don't deal with it now, it may come back and haunt us in the future.
Okay, so we're gonna go kill the big guy, leave the little one, and then keep.
Thank you, Wookiees, for the subscription.
Oh my gosh,
Early sub.
Wookiees! Thank you for the sub.
Very much appreciated.
Here we go to the Simus.
They're amazing.
8 months.
What a man. So, Philip's like,
So,
why don't we scout the rest of this area a little bit first before we even make any kind of decisions?
You know, that's very smart.
Yes.
This is why you're the best.
Well, if this what I've heard Mithray say lots of times, though, you know.
That's true.
If it wasn't for Philip, I probably would not be here. Because Philip keeps an eye on me, and he watches out for me, and he watches my back.
All right. So what do you guys?
He has so many eyeballs to do that.
What do you guys do?
So good.
Lorkris,
So we're gonna keep
please
scouting forward.
See if there's anything else further in front, or going that way as I point down this way.
All right. So you come out about to here where you were testing for traps, and you're all sneaking. Okay. So are you gonna have Gore sneak with you or stay back? Because you don't have to walk. If you look at the range, you don't have to walk far to be able to pretty much cover the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine Guar will still stick with me. I'm not going to go too far.
So you'd have to go to here to get the whole thing, I think. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You have to move to here to get the whole catacomb area.
Okay.
You gonna just go there, or did you want to have her check for traps out that way? I mean, it looks like a plain blank floor all the way.
I'm just gonna go.
All right.
It's a rather old catacombs.
Yeah. So this, at least to here, you haven't stepped on any traps, but you do now recognize that. There's another very potent undead in this room right here, this locked one.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of not very potent, like, relatively weak undead. I would say, when I say bunch, you can actually tell that there are 5 of them in this room beyond. So what you have is very potent, mediocre, weak.
Okay.
We might as well kill them all. Because if we have to try to escape, we want to make sure our escape route is safe. There's just too many. What do you think, Miss Ray?
Well,
so real quick, I do want to point out, since he was, it's just aesthetic, but you guys basically could tell that the statues are also in these corners. There's brazier, small candelabra style braziers in the corners of these rooms. You guys, kind of behind the secret door here. So you guess that they're probably the same everywhere else. And again, these rooms are all going to have these. You don't know what's in these rooms because they're locked iron doors. Well, they're iron doors. You haven't checked them yet to determine whether they're locked or not.
Yep.
They're shut iron doors, is what I meant to say.
so he went walking by this and there was no reaction from this room?
Well, he's got a +10, even if he's not being stealthy, he's got a +10
If he
stealth.
moves away from me 30 feet, he's no longer in my...
That's fine. It's not a big deal regardless, so...
Yeah.
Either way, even as he's walking, he didn't get any reaction from it.
Oh yeah, because they sense him as undead too, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Well,
if they even have
we
any
need to go
sense at a certain range, yeah.
Well, if they did, that one probably would have come running in.
Or we can just go. But I do think we should try to make sure our exit is safe.
Trusting your judgment on this one, Lorkris, which one do you want to start with?
I am now confused. You want to move forward alone, and now we...
I know. I keep wishy-washing it. It's me.
Yeah,
I am the problem.
I will... Above table, I've already voted that we at least deal with the difficult one before I found out that there's more. And then the relative consensus was just to keep going, and now we take them all out. Either way, going through that door there's more.
Hey guys, it's been a couple weeks. We're all a little rusty. I love you all. You're doing fine. Breathe.
We're doing so good.
Just have fun. We're doing so good.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just asking because you said there's potent ones, like really bad ones.
Right behind you.
And at the end of the
Yep.
hall.
No, the end of the hall was the weakest ones.
Oh, okay.
The number 2 is a strong one. The number 3 is a strong one. 1 is a medium. 4 is a bunch of weak ones.
Oh.
Yeah. Either way, if we're moving forward, we go through that door. We're gonna get into a fight.
Did I tell you that your ability lets you determine what it is or its hit die or anything if you focus on it? Didn't I?
Not necessarily. However, kind of understanding its relative strength is what I remember you mentioning.
What does the book say?
For, detect undead.
Oh no! Oh, so this wasn't
Is
an
it?
ability that you got. This was something I gave you that I made up.
Yeah, because that was from the hand of.
Say
I
again.
can
The
sense
what?
all undead within 1 mile, and we just kind of condensed it to
the special
like an
ability you gave
active.
Oh, okay.
ping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we were to look at where is it? No. Why?
Yeah, if detect undead is a template, which I haven't necessarily said that, but I haven't not said it either.
Yeah. Where are you? Paladin? So weird.
All right, detect undead. No, that's detect evil and good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there even a detect undead in 5th edition?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's look at
Closest
detect
would
evil
be
and good.
the
Oh yeah, it was kind of a
evil.
variation of detect evil and good, but at a wider range. No, that one is blocked by stone and stuff. So that's This was different than that. So. I guess we could, interestingly, we could use there's a 3.5 one that's sort of similar, and it's kind of interesting. You can detect the aura that surrounds undead creatures. The amount of information revealed depends on how long you study a particular area. First round is presence or absence of undead auras. Second round, number of undead auras in the area, and the strength of the strongest undead aura present. If you're of good alignment and the strongest, well, forget the alignment part, but strongest undead aura strength is overwhelming and the creature hit. Okay. Third round, the strength and location of each undead aura. If an aura is outside your line of sight, then you discern its direction, but not its exact location. Yeah, so I'll say that, let's see here. Crap, I thought, yeah, there, okay. So, all right. Okay, the strength of it uses the word overwhelming, but that's not meant to be like it's something that can necessarily overwhelm you. It's just it's super high. It's basically 11 hit die or more, if that explains it. So
okay.
The number 3 and number 2 track as something that's overwhelming. It's 11 hit die or more. whereas the number 1 is oh, I have it right here. Duh. Is strong. So the tiers are of the thing are faint, moderate, strong, and overwhelming. Strong is 5 to 10 hit die. Overwhelming is 11 or higher hit die. Moderate is 2 to 4 hit die. Faint is 1 or lower. So yeah. So strong, overwhelming, and then number 4 are just the what I said, the moderate.
Okay. I mean, there's a good chance they're all going to get upset when popping off. So we might as well try to take out the biggest threat first.
Rylar asks, also, do we know if the ones that are in those rooms with the doors can even get out?
Check the door, Lorkris. These are your great-great-great-grandparents.
You check the...
You check. Okay. So you cut out again. What'd you say? You check the...
you check the doors if you're so eager to find out.
Okay.
Which one do you want to check?
The super big scary one that we're standing next to. Very timidly. Just
so,
like, kind of like poke the handle.
I'm like, don't touch this door.
Okay.
But try the iron door.
So the thing is, do you want to try the iron door where he senses something, or the iron door where he doesn't sense something?
Test the iron door where he doesn't sense anything, please.
Okay.
It is locked.
This one's locked. They're probably all locked.
And you're saying it that loud? Okay.
She probably is.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. So now where do you go? So since you're standing back here, you're standing there, Rylar comes out here, and Rylar says, when Miss Fern was yelling, I heard something in there. It sounds like there's movement in there.
I'm just gonna grab Lorkris' hand, because since I'm next to him now, and I'm gonna just kind of look at him and just be like,
You're not next to him, you're like 20 feet away from him.
She's moving up to be.
Oh, you're gonna ignore this door?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move up next to Lorkris.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of whisper to him. We're all looking towards you for guidance because this is your ancestors. And you know the undead things better. So that's why we can't make decisions, because we're kind of unsure. We want to be respectful to you and your ancestors.
I think
I'm sorry for asking you a lot of questions.
For us.
I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you.
I said, I think Fern may have made the decision for us. Rylar heard movement behind us.
You heard movement, Rylar?
Rylar's like, yeah, Miss Fern, I did. Now you hear movement, something kind of bumping up against the door, and then you all just kind of freeze for a second and are quiet, and then you don't hear anything anymore. Lorkris, you think you hear, you and Miss Ray think you hear kind of a moaning coming from this one.
Thank you, Dallas Unchained.
Thanks, Dallas, for the sub. Appreciate you.
Oh, Wookiees. Oh, Wookiees, thank you for the gifted subs.
Oh, wow. Gifted subs
Wookiees
from
and
Wookiees?
cookies, I swear! Are you serious right now?
How many did he give?
10!
Oh my god.
This motherfucker. I swear to God. That's my job.
How'd it go for the famous? Thank you, Wookiees. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, thank you,
All the
Wookie.
love, man.
I just saw the one subscriber pop up, and then I looked at the mini feed, and it's like, no, Wookiees, thank you for the gifted subs.
Sweaty Socks is here, guys.
Hi, Sweaty Socks.
Sweaty Socks is
by,
here.
By the way, Wookiees, I was lurking in your stream Friday with this one. She was a little more active.
I was actively chatting.
Good for you.
I was actively chatting in his chat when he was playing Plated Up with Guppy. I was giving them reviews because I was a diner.
You guys are awesome.
How many 5-star reviews did I give you guys?
Oh, Shadow Man got one.
Oh, that's awesome. So, all right, what do you guys want to do?
Well, it looks like they're locked in. So I feel like we're pretty safe for now. Probably.
So we just need to decide if we're going to take out the one behind us or the one in front.
What you think, Lorkris? Take the lead, buddy. You're the boss man.
I vote for the one behind us because it's behind us and we don't want anything behind us that isn't behind a locked door.
Yeah, we would take out the biggest threat first, which would be the one right behind you.
All right, team.
So, where do you guys want to position around this door?
I'm gonna stay back.
You're gonna stay all the way back here?
Not all the way back there, but I won't. Not gonna.
Neither will I.
Yeah. So perfect.
Okay. You want him here or here?
Behind me. So where you had him first time.
All right.
Yep.
Rylar will be next to Ms. Ray. All right.
Is everybody ready? Fern,
Do it.
Yeah.
you want me to Sparta kick the door? No.
Yes!
I don't think I'm strong
Let's
enough
go.
to do that.
They're iron doors.
You are so strong. You are so strong. I believe in you. Feel Sparta within you. You can do it.
It's an iron door. I'm gonna break my leg.
That's true, but we'll pretend. I'll imagine it in my brain. And then, of course, I'll tell everybody you did it when we go back to the garden.
Okay, I'm gonna check the door to see if it's locked.
It is locked.
Do you want me to unlock it?
Yeah. I'm so ready.
Why do you keep asking questions? That was already your plan.
Okay, I'm going to unlock the door.
Okay. You unlock the door. It's unlocked. I'm assuming you open it.
I open the door.
You open the door and you step back, just out of a natural reaction. And Rylar looks at you and looks back and does the same thing in just an instant, in a few seconds. And so now the doors are open. And what you see is really strange. Whoops. I'll pick that up in a second.
The pen fell on the floor.
You basically... That's the wrong one. Did I just mute our
He's
audience?
sticking around.
No.
Did you just what?
He asked if he mooned the chat, and I'm like, no, because I am blocking that view right now.
Even though I'm sure chat would love it.
You're probably right.
But we don't want any TOS violations.
That is true.
I mean, it wouldn't be a TOS violation if I'm wearing clothes. I don't think. I mean, they're.
The maid outfit was almost a TOS violation.
He's not wrong.
What did you say?
What you see in this room is a giant pile of bones and corpses that's literally. So the room itself. So I guess I should have described the tomb chambers are roughly 15 feet high and then 15 feet around, right? This chamber is a larger chamber, and it's roughly 20 feet high. And it's, as you can see, it's this wide, and it goes, 15 feet deep. And it looks like this was the room where you suspect long, long ago, either maybe the workers who built the catacombs, or maybe prisoners, or who knows. But basically, a bunch of bodies were piled here. And that's all you see is just a giant pile of bodies. Let me...
Do you want me to punch him with rocks?
No, just hang on. I'm not done describing. Hang time for...
Oh, okay. You paused.
You see, the reeking pile of bodies and bones is almost as large as a giant, with corpses that. Basically, it looks like not hundreds, but dozens of bodies that were dumped into this room as a mass grave, and suddenly, the whole mound itself, not individuals within it, the mound itself lurches towards you. Corpses tumble off it. And yeah, now we get to roll for initiative.
What the fuck?
Alrighty.
I rolled a 2.
It's
Just
as
gonna
if
put myself at
it's
the-
as if this giant pile of corpses has gained some sort of undead sentience as a single solitary entity of hatred and malice.
Sentience.
You roll for Rylar. I picked that one. I can't read it very well. Lovely. Good job, Rylar. All right, Fern.
Good job, Rylar. 6.
Okay, good
Total.
job, Fern. Lorkris.
21.
I'm just gonna
Ray.
put myself at the bottom of the initiative now.
14.
Oh, not yet.
Okay. Lorkris, yeah, this is what you were sensing. This thing is the only thing you can call it is some sort of animated corpse mound.
It's a shambling corpse.
Oh, way worse than that. It's
It's a corpse swarm.
There technically are creatures called shambling corpses, I think, and they're like
Really?
individual. This is literally
Oh.
a corpse mound.
I knew what you were trying to do. You're trying to make a the
Shambling.
Oh, right, gotcha. Yeah.
Or it could just be a corpse piler.
I don't get it.
BT would understand that one. BT, you get that joke.
What was the joke? I missed it.
Call it a corpse piler. from Elden Ring, an ability, Corpse Piler. That's just a
Okay, gotcha.
Just go on a reference. Irrelevant. Am I first? Is that what you're saying, or
Yes.
you're
Yes,
that?
it is your turn. Oh wait, before anybody does any initiative though,
Yeah.
I need you all to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Because as soon as you open the door, you're all hit in the face by a reeking, noxious aura, a stench of utter death and decay.
Yummy.
It extends out 20 feet from the corpse mound. You know, of course, the door was kind of an air seal, so it just whoosh. And that's, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it's literally everybody, even the doggo. Let's start with Fern. What was your save?
21.
Okay, you succeeded. Lorkris, your save.
23.
You succeeded. Ray, what was your
23 as well.
Let's see, Rylar. What did I say? Was a con save?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rylar fails. How about your doggo?
It would be. I just looked at it and I looked away like a silly bum. 18 for the dog.
Okay. 18. So he
Yep.
succeeds. So Rylar is he's gagging on the stench. You all are, resisting the gag, but you feel it. Like it's like this is the most disgusting smell you've ever and you were just in a sewer and this thing is like but Rylar is hit so bad by it that he is effectively basically everything's at disadvantage. So it's like a poison
Love
effect.
that.
So it's a poison effect. So anybody who has immunity or resistance to poison would have, ignored it anyway. So even if you had failed your save, you would have ignored it. So all right. So still, Lorkris, what you doing?
I will bonus action Shield of Faith because that's grody. So AC is 22 and 21 for Guar. And then I'm just gonna test the waters here, kind of keep it simple because they're all kind of piling together and I'm too tight. I'm gonna do Sacred Flame.
Okay. By the way, I have Philip here, but he doesn't take up a space. So just thought you'd know. If you wanted to move up and do something, you can. But
I'll take a 5 or to my right. Yeah, to get ensure there's a clear view. Sacred Flame.
okay. I'm assuming you have the
Dex
doggo
sa-
stick right behind you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Sacred Flame on the corpse mound. Is it a saving throw of some kind?
Dexterity saving throw, DC 6.
DC 16?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I rolled that right on the die, and it has 0 pluses, so that was exactly what I needed to roll to get it. Sorry.
So no damage.
Nope.
Yeah.
No damage. That ends my turn.
All right. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
It is the corpse mound's turn. All right. It starts to kind of lurch out of the room. It was already within your 10-foot. Well, no. I mean, I'm still gonna roll. You get to do your sentinel thing.
Oh, okay.
But it, you know, because it actually made the distance, you know, just. But a strange thing occurs as it lurches forward. It's going to do a couple of things. It's going to make attacks, but then another strange thing happens in that one of the corpses rolls off the top and animates next to it.
Ah, that's cool. Like, that's cool as in like the, well, that is really unfortunate, but also I
It's
like
kind
that
of cool,
mechanic.
yeah.
There's a body of corpses, one rolls off and it stands up. Like, that's cool. I dig that.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so Sentinel, or technically Polearm Master,
Sorry.
goes off.
Yeah.
I mean, it arguably the same thing. An opportunity. Yeah. 24, right? Yeah. 24. 24. No. 22.
22. Yeah, that'll hit.
Right? 8 plus 14, 22.
22.
22. Okay. Yahtzee. Let's go. Oh, lady's cooked. It's okay. Okay.
So I do need you to tell me the damages separately and what they are.
Gotcha. Regular damage is going to be 20.
20?
Yes.
Okay.
Get it? No.
No, poison. No, acid. Excuse me. Acid damage is a 4.
Out of curiosity,
And then with-
does Fifth Ed consider acid damage the same thing as poison or separate?
No,
Okay.
it's separate.
Thanks for clarifying.
I believe so.
I think that's
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. All right.
Because acid isn't poison. Yeah. And then with my blessed strikes, once.
So
per,
sorry, how much was the acid? I missed that.
4.
4. All right.
Yeah. And then 4 radiant damage from blessed strikes.
Gotcha. Okay. Well done. And that was just the attack opportunity. So now, it makes. Interesting. Wow, that's pretty powerful. All right, it makes 2 slam attacks. I guess one against Rylar and one against Emillynn Ray. So let's do Rylar first. That's gonna hit. And Miss Ray. Will 23 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. So the slam attack itself does 21 points of bludgeoning damage
2.
to you. And 14 points of necrotic damage.
To me as well.
Yes. And you are grappled.
Same thing to Rylar.
Well, the damage I need to roll differently for him, but he also is grappled. Yes. Rylar's is okay. And 6. Okay. So both you and Rylar are grappled. Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained. And it is now... Oh, and the zombie. So basically, you guys are now kind of like grappled into it. The zombie moves over here. This is what I was talking about.
I would like to. Does this come within 5 feet of me?
It does.
Can I use my reaction for the first time in forever?
I don't know why you couldn't.
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
DC 19?
It failed.
Super awesome. Failed. Okay, it's necrotic damage. 4.
What is your thing?
Yeah,
that's
my
what
Halo of
spores.
Spores
That's
is
fine,
necrotic damage.
Yeah, zombies don't have any. Zombies anyway don't have any particular resistances. So, and you said how much?
4.
Okay. It attempts to swipe you in the face and misses. And now its turn is done. Miss Ray.
I am restrained.
Yeah, you're restrained. However, let's see. A restrained creature speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from a bonus to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. It doesn't keep you from casting spells or trying to break free if you want to as well. With an athletics check.
To break free.
An athletics check.
Yeah, you could do that, or whatever you want to do. You do get the sense that it's going to be doing something now that it's got you grappled. Like it feels like it's drawing you in, and
Can
it's terrifying.
I reach out a hand to Rylar?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, wait, restrained. Let me see. Speed is 0. You were right next to him, so yeah, I'll say that you can barely reach and touch Rylar because you're both being drawn into it at the same time. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out and touch Rylar, and I'm going to cast Dimension Door.
Nice. I forgot about that. All right, where are you taking you guys?
I'm taking both of us like 50 feet back.
Okay. Good moves, girl.
40, 50. Sorry, 50.
Oh, you want to go that far back? Okay.
I wanted to go 50 feet back.
All right.
Don't forget Philip.
Yes, Philip.
Yeah, he always gets juked
Philip,
along with you.
Philip likes the ride.
Yeah, he's like, wee.
Question: When you dimension doors, does Philip doors?
Could you ask again? Does he
Yeah,
what?
he slingshots.
Yeah, he slingshots.
When I dimension door.
He's like Mjolnir. No, that's not. Actually, when you dimension door, he literally dimension doors with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have liked the other way where he
think
just
it would be funny.
I disappear,
No,
show up, he goes.
Remember that he exists out of phase of existence, and you're the anchor to him in this universe. So he literally, it's impossible for him to be more than 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
Makes
Either way.
Yeah, when I used to go on
it'd
morning
still be
jogs,
funny.
he would like hang out 10 feet behind me and just be like, ride along.
All right. So that was Miss Ray's excellent turn. And
done.
Maybe my pen that I just yeeted.
You just
it's
threw it.
Rylar.
Sure.
Rylar looks around. He's all confused. What just happened? Yep, he's too confused. He doesn't do anything this turn. And it's now Fern's turn.
I'm going to cast a spell Hold on. Let me double check how big the spell. 20 feet. Can I try? I want to cast Erupting Earth on the mound of things, of bodies, but not hit Lorkris.
Well, what's the range? Yeah, you
punch.
you could.
It's 20 square foot.
Yeah, you could hit it for
Cool.
sure.
Perfect.
In the room, yeah.
Beautiful. He needs to make me a dexterity saving throw, DC 19.
Well, as I said, it doesn't get any pluses on dex save, so I have to roll the actual. Hey, I rolled another 16, but that still doesn't get there.
I rolled 2 10s.
2 10s
And
for
the one.
damage.
So 21.
Are you serious? You're.
20, yeah.
Wow.
2 10s and a 1. Yeah, 21.
Oh, 2 10s and a 1. Okay, gotcha.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning? Yeah, that's fine.
Bonus action, Cash Lele.
All right. Anything else?
So my staff is ready.
Lorkris, you're up, sir.
Okay. So it is a mound of
Corpses, yes.
With this undead sense, is there any way to discern if there is like arguably a primary host body, like the epicenter, that it's no? Okay.
No, you sense that it's its own kind of cursed dark thing, and that
Okay.
you just have to
That's fair.
wear the whole thing down enough.
Down. Yeah, I figured as much. It's worth a shot since multiple corpses.
Right.
Finding the one. Oh, I fucking didn't have it. Thought I killed
The
it.
only thing that concerns you is the fact that each time it drops a zombie, that is a separate thing off of it. So.
Yeah.
And so killing one of the zombies that are already separated from it does not hurt the body anymore.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. We are going to. Just gonna look at it. Pathetic. And then I'm just gonna slash with the glaive, but I'm casting Blight at 4th level.
Just for flavor test.
That's how he's cast Blight every time. He kind of whips it with the glaive. Con 16. Con save. DC 16.
What is the damage of blight?
Necrotic.
Okay.
Alright, yeah.
And what kind of save is it?
Con save, DC 16.
Con save.
Half as much damage on a successful.
All right. It does succeed, and
Can I get 3d8?
I'll give you my good ones.
Oh, thanks.
so yep. Go ahead. Sorry, you're rolling.
No, that's fine. And I'm just gonna break out that calculator because it's 8d8. Okay.
The shoulder.
$44 damage total.
Okay. You were shocked to discover that not only did, it apparently saved, but it also seemed to take even less damage than you would have thought from it, as if it's got resistance to necrotic damage. And now it is its turn. Well, it can't envelope. It can't envelop the people that it tried to slam. So, first off, it drops another zombie off of it. Plop. And it tries to move out further, which it does, and it engages far enough out to engage Fern. And it's going to make an attack against Lorkris and an attack against Fern. Does a 26 get you, Lorkris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a 25 against Fern.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. That's a D12. That's not right. All right. 21 bludgeoning damage against Lorkris, and 9 necrotic damage. And you are now grappled. And against Fern, you're also grappled. The damage is 17 bludgeoning and 14 necrotic. And
Triple digits still.
That's it, Ray. You just saw both Fern and Lorkris get sucked into the thing the way you and Rylar were.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized it's sort of interesting. The first fight you had tonight was against basically like a blood slime, right? And now this thing's more like a bone slime. It wasn't like an intent that it worked out that way, but.
No, yeah. Like, amorphous things. Mm-hmm. Hooray.
I hope you guys are enjoying the theme and Halloween spookiness of it.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool. I like the I like this this creature. It's unique.
What can I do? What can I do?
I guess a better way to say it, not just Halloween, it's like a Halloween horror show. You guys are basically,
Yeah.
in a cursed haunted castle.
We're in a haunted house.
What?
We're in a haunted house.
Yep. Haunted castle, yep. And now I want to go do one of those haunted houses. Did you like those as a kid, Lorkris?
You mean Fate?
Sorry, Fate. Yes.
Yes and no. I've had some good experiences. I've had some less than good experiences. But not so bad that I wouldn't go again. That makes sense.
How about Druid? Have you ever been to one of those? Walk through a haunted house?
Not really. I have a very good scream.
I bet you do.
So when I participate in a haunted house, but that's about as close. I've done that once, and that was it. Like way back forever ago. So No?
Almost had it. All right, whose turn was it?
Mine.
Yep.
Bonus action. Lorkris, Fern, Philip loves you.
Nice.
Remember, you can use that on a
ability
check as well.
Which, yeah.
I don't want to fireball it because there's friends involved.
Yeah, you would absolutely hit them with a fireball.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So, Eldritch Blast it is.
Okay.
First one. 18.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, wow. Second one. 14.
Really?
Yeah.
14? No, it doesn't hit.
Third one. Roll another 2. I only hit once.
Okay.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. It seems to take full damage from it. So that was
Rylar.
Rylar's turn. He sees what you do.
Purple beamer.
He purple beamers it. 3. Whoa, hits twice, and the third time is a nat 20.
Woo!
Let's see, let's start off with...
Pew, 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 pew.
that, and then...
I forgot why she was such a dick today, because I kept her up so late last night. I forgot.
Holy crap, I rolled 2 9s, a 10, and a 4. That's
Hot dice, hot
28 and 31 plus 12. Wow. Okay.
Pew, 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 pew.
Rylar's done. Fern. You are, currently grappled by the thing.
I've been debating. I think I'm going to maybe. I'm just like, tell me yes or no, but that's not how that works. No, it's fine. I know.
Do what you want to do? I don't know.
I am going to. No, I'm not going to do that because it's a concentration spell. I'm going to try to escape the grapple.
Hey, roll it.
Does it have? Can
Just an athletics
it-
check.
fuck.
Don't forget that you can
roll.
roll. You can add your. You can also roll her bardic inspiration, which is a D10 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hang on.
Go ahead and roll, Fern.
$11.
Are you
Even
within
with the
10 feet of me?
D10?
Am I within 10 feet? Yes.
I mean, it's only a +3 if you are. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. No.
It's a saving throw.
Yeah.
I
I rolled a 7
Okay. 7.
plus 3
Have you rolled the
plus
bardic?
1.
Huh?
Yeah. No. So 7 was my die, my D20. 3 was my bardic inspiration, and then I have a +1.
Oh. Yeah. So unfortunately, you're still stuck in it, or restrained by it. All right. Any bonus actions?
She's just thrashing.
Yep.
Just thrashing
Makes
like
sense.
a crazy
for sure.
wild animal.
And
That's
so that was Fern's turn, right? Back to the top of the round.
Yeah.
Lorkris.
You want to break free?
You want to break free? You want to break free?
Break free.
Speaking of breaking free, I mean, this is the top of the round. If you guys would like to make this the cliffhanger moment and wrap up here for the night, since we're right at the edge of 9:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to keep going one more round. We can. Only a few minutes, right?
Is it cool if we just go one more round? Because
Yeah,
Let's go one more round.
my idea, most
Okay,
likely.
go for it. Go for it.
Do it.
So for my bonus action, I would like to say, Guar, help Fern,
Okay.
get her out.
Gotcha.
So I would like to have Guar grab and try to remove her from the group,
Got it.
from the restraint. So that would be the same thing, right? It would be an athletics check for Guar, or would that be a strength check to?
So you don't know,
It's just straight.
like, I mean, yeah, just roll an athletics check for him, and he's going to be giving her. I'm going to give him a small, a low DC to give her the help action, which will give her advantage on her next attempt.
Okay, so I don't know how to map that for.
So
Guar.
he would have
Just roll an.
So Guar would just have a.
yeah. So it'd be
just a +3 that I have on is for the check, or is that for a save?
No, it's an
says
athletics check.
athletics.
Does he have what's his strength?
16
Yeah, so he's just going to add a
+2.
+3.
no +3.
+3.
16. Yeah.
Does he have proficiency in athletics?
he doesn't have that
No,
kind of a
I
chart.
don't, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. He
His
doesn't have a kind of
proficiency
chart as a
bonus is +5, which is equal to mine. You get a plus.
Yeah, so he gets your athletics check.
Oh, your athletics check.
Oh, sweet. +12. Let's go, baby. I mean, it makes sense. Guar is a big boy.
So it's your
big boy.
athletics
Big
check,
boy.
but it's his strength, not your strength. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's going to be your proficiency bonus, but his strength added.
So,
So 5
So that
plus
would be
3,
8 plus-
8. So you add 8.
so it would just be 8.
8.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. No, he doesn't make it.
Would
You don't know that. It's like he's doing the help action. So you need to tell me what you got total.
Oh, I mean that would be 14.
Yeah, the help action was only a DC 12.
Gotcha.
So what that means is now when she tries next turn, she's going to have advantage. Because he's helping pull her. And now you still have your own action.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to stab the shit out of it with my glaive.
You can't.
You're restrained.
You're restrained.
You
I'm
have
restrained.
You have to break
Well, you
the
can
ground.
technically attack. It's just
Restraint
that,
doesn't stop me
you're
from
attacking
attacking.
at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Or
That's
you
fine.
could also try and break it yourself, since you also have,
A +12 to your athletics.
yeah, and you also have her thing. It's whatever you want to do, because
I'm gonna attack it
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I get
because I'm hitting it with divine smites. Like he's
I see.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you need to
you're-
roll
So-
at disadvantage.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can't do math right now.
What was the
21.
die roll of the lower die?
7.
And you
Plus
have a
14,
plus 12,
so
so that's 19. Yeah, that hits.
He's a plus
No,
14.
it's a plus 14.
Sorry,
21.
plus 14, so
Yeah.
it's 21. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way above
Yeah.
its AC. She hit it with a 16, I think. So
My Eldritch
Was
Blast.
it a 16? Okay. Yeah. So we have one hit and 20 total on the second one.
20 damage total.
No, 20 total
no,
for the
20 to
second
hit.
one.
Hit.
So
Okay.
two
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first one is going to be just a level 1 divine smite. I am trying to conserve some of my but since it's the first time in the round, it's also additional D8 blessed strikes. So it's kind of like a level 3.
So what are all the different damage types that you're doing?
Was it slashing,
Mm-hmm.
radiant,
Mm-hmm.
and acid?
Okay. It's not going to be resistant to any of those. So.
Oh, so you can all together?
Yeah, just add it all up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, calculator.
No.
Okay.
33 on the first one.
Nice. Second one.
And then second one, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm dropping 1d8 because I can't. Just first level Divine Smite because he ain't happy. Oh jeez. So 20, 35. Is it?
Wait.
So this is, hang on. 8 and 12
It's 20.
is 20, plus 10 is 30, plus 5, 35, plus 6, 41.
Nice.
I rolled a 10, a 6, a 5, and an 8. Plus 12.
All right.
Yeah.
Pound on it hard. So now it's its turn, right?
I don't know, is it?
Yes, it is. I mean, assuming he's done.
Yeah.
All right, so it attempts its envelop on one of you. I'm gonna do. We're gonna do it randomly to determine which one of you, because it can only do its envelop once. You can either make 2 weapon attacks or use envelop once. It's gonna try and envelop one of you. Lorkris just hit the shit out of it, so it's gonna try and envelop him. I'm not gonna make it random, actually, after all.
That makes sense. I do not disagree with that.
Yeah. So it needs to first make another hit against you, which it has. It has advantage. Yeah. Rolled a 19 before any boosts. So you now you're going to take damage as normal. Which is the bludgeoning damage is going to be 13. The necrotic damage is 12. And now you're pulled 5 feet into the corpse mound space and are enveloped, which ends any grapple or prone condition. However, while enveloped, the creature is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the corpse mound, and it takes an additional 6d6 necrotic damage. This is like absorbing your life force into it. That is not a d6. All right. 22 points of necrotic damage. Oh, sorry. Give yourself that 22 points back. That's at the start of each of its turns. An enveloped creature can escape by using its action to make a successful DC, a strength saving throw. If it takes a certain amount of damage in a single turn from the enveloped creature, it can succeed on a. Okay, wow, that's some complicated stuff. But basically, you've been enveloped by it and completely restrained inside of it. And on its turn, next turn around, it'll automatically do necrotic damage to you without even attacking or anything. So, you guys have a chance of finishing it off before that, though. So, its turn is done. Ray.
Eldritch Blast!
Okay.
3 times.
3 times!
3 times. First one. That's a 20 to hit.
Hits.
Second one. 27.
Yep.
Third one. 17.
Yep.
$25 points of damage.
25?
Yeah, 10, an 8, and a 7.
Let's go.
You disperse
As
the
I
corpse
do that,
mound.
I'm like, give me back Lorkris!
The corpse mound, because he had done a shit ton of damage to it. So the corpse mound immediately just breaks apart into a pile of rotting, stinking bones and corpses.
Oh, the two zombies didn't go on the corpse.
They actually just kind of suddenly collapse as well and lose their animation.
Yeah. I saw Lorkris.
Wait, let me see if that's right. Hang on a sec.
And I'm like,
that might be right.
give him back.
Let's go.
No, it looks like the zombies stay. So yeah, never mind. I was wrong about the zombies. Looks like it's these two guys, these blue guys.
Did the zombies go on the corpse pilers?
Yeah, they do, and I completely forgot to have them go. I'm gonna just have them roll an attack against the two of you.
Technically, they're restrained in the corpse pile. Technically.
Well, he's enveloped, so he can't be hit by
Yeah.
it. But she can be hit by it because she wasn't involved. What's your AC?
20.
All right. Neither one of them hit her. So they're still
With
there. though.
advantage?
Flash. She's like thrashing.
That was
So-
with advantage?
Yeah.
What?
They missed with advantage?
Oh, I forgot about advantage. Let me roll the other one.
Because there's two of them.
Well, they don't, like they're zombies. They don't, like she's got an AC of 20. They have a +3 or something to hit. So yeah, they got to roll a 17 or better. But I thank
But
you
she's
for, I
restrained.
did roll the second dice just now for both attacks and they still missed.
Cool.
She's thrashing.
Yeah, and now it's,
Like a
of
crazy
course it's
person.
fallen apart now. She didn't have to thrash anymore. This was all before. But
She's still
Bar is
thrashing.
pulling her out still.
it's now
Yeah, she's a
Rylar's
boy.
turn. Rylar sees the two zombies and just he double purple beamers one and then single purple beamers the other. Hits both as the. Let's see, what's the third one? Hits with all three. That's gonna be. All right, that's enough to finish off this one. And then the other one takes that much. All right. Back to the top of the round to finish it off. I know that was, no, still the battle round. Sorry, Fern. Go ahead. Finish this thing off.
He stands up.
Oh, one of them. I
Yeah.
stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the stupid zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to whack it with my stick.
Yep.
Bonus action shillelagh? No.
She already.
Oh,
done
that's
that.
already been happened. Oh, goodness gracious. Really? I don't think I've rolled in the double digits this entire session. But 13 plus, or 9 plus 13.
Yeah.
22.
22.
Definitely hits a zombie.
9 and 3 is 12 plus 10. 22.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bye-bye, zombie.
Fern's like, I hit it with my stick.
She bonked that zombie back to oblivion. There's a chance that the undead fortitude. Let's see. Constitution saving throw. It failed. I rolled a 2. All right. Okay.
Dead.
That's a perfect place to wrap up. You still have
Yes.
3 more undead targets to deal with. The corpse mound was pretty scary. You're feeling.
You did
really
so
cool,
good though.
Yeah, that was really cool.
All right.
Because we are so strong and so powerful and so wonderful. We're so cool and stuff.
And stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to drop it in. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of this so I can. This will be gone. I'll take this away. Put those away later.
Iltasine's live, Divinely Cursed is live. They're both playing Cyber 2077.
Oh man, Ilt and who?
Divinely cursed.
Divinely cursed.
All right, on. I've been wanting to play the new version again myself. Dang it. I'm thinking we go after
what is it? Oh, what is it? Something of Liberty, right?
Yeah.
The new DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might get me to come back to Cyberpunk.
Looks Phantom Liberty is what it's called. Yep.
Phantom Liberty,
Cookies
that's
and
right.
cookies. Thank you so much. DM Chromie, thank you, buddy. Golden Drake, it's always a pleasure. Aries, we love you so. We don't take you for granted, even if it ever feels that way. Thank you. Old Man
Killed the
Garrus.
moth.
What?
What was that?
I got it.
Killed the moth.
I got the moth.
Finally.
Nice job. Good job.
Heck that thing.
I appreciate all you folks, Ghost Reaper, anybody we missed, anybody who's lurking, BT, of course. I don't want you to feel taken for granted either. Big hearts to all you wonderful
We love you.
folks.
Yes.
We're gonna
Hashtag streamers of Stormkeep. Let's
That's
go.
right. So good night, everybody. We're gonna raid out to see Mr. Iltacine. Please check him out, and don't forget to drop follows for extirpatefate and Druid.
Love you
IRL
so
over
much,
here.
Wookiees.
And any other streamer that was given a shout out today?
Oh, and one more time, a big, huge thanks to Wookiees and Cookies for the 10 gifted
Yes.
subs.
Thank you, Wookiees.
Yeah.
You're a wonderful,
How dare you.
beautiful beast.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
We love you.
Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.
Stick around for the
Chuck loves you.
raid. Get your raid emotes
She gave it
prepared.
too soon. I wasn't. I was still.
Don't
clicking
forget
on
to
it.
like and subscribe and comment down below. For YouTube and stuff.
All right. So now is where we go in stream.
Goodbye.
Get your raid emotes ready.
Goodbye, goodbye.